Yo, 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 what's up, y'all? Welcome to another week of Taking High Ground. This is R3 Rips. You can find me, well, on R3 Rips, but my name is Rob. We are excited to be here. It's a lot of things to talk about. Dylan, what's up, bro? How you doing?
What's going on, guys? Is that a gopher? What is that, JT?
That's a T-Rex,
A T-Rex?
pterodactyl.
A
it
pterodactyl.
was a,
What's up,
it was a
Richard,
meme.
JT, Daniel, Victor? What's going on? Thanks for being here early as
What's up,
always.
what's up, what's up?
No, not much going on. Been a little slow on like the card collecting stuff,
Yeah, yeah,
I started a game this week. I went live a couple times.
yeah.
Started streaming some. Daniel, what's going on?
Yeah, I got the game maybe twice, and it's been a rough season for me when it comes to Fortnite, as in time to play it. But I did play a little bit with my brother. It's still a great season. I like this season a lot. Wish I could have played it more. How long
Um,
is left? How much
mm,
time is left? What is it
I'm not.
next month?
I'm not sure. Actually,
I
I'm
don't
gonna
know.
let me pull it up to see.
Yeah,
I'll put it up real quick and check if I can
that
while it's loading.
Daniel Sticker, Richard, JT,
Inky
Daniel,
bro, what's going on?
girl, what's up? What's up? About a
Oh, I
month.
I played with one of our subscribers,
Who you play with?
Donchix,
Oh yeah,
Donix.
Nick. How is he?
He's pretty sweaty.
Yeah.
Um, is he in here? Cause I killed him, then he left.
Did he?
Yeah, I think he rage quit.
That's funny. That's funny.
He's good though.
That's
He's
good.
pretty good. I mean, you've seen him. Remember when we were there? You've seen
Yeah,
him like do his
because
little
of
build
the
things, or whatever.
yeah
So yeah,
montage.
he's yeah, his little montage. He's pretty good. Um, so that was fun. I've been trying to stream some more. So if you guys want to play with me when we do creative, feel free to join. Just
Yeah.
don't be very toxic and like screaming and stuff. Um, so I mean, most of us are older here, but some of us are a
Yeah,
little bit younger.
about a month left. Wow,
Is that
that's
what they
crazy.
said? So I don't have to launch it no more.
Yeah, yeah.
About a
Richard said
month,
about a
sweet.
month. Yeah, that's uh, that's a short amount of time. My goodness, but I'm happy to see what's coming next. It's a lot. It's a lot up in the air for Fortnite in a good way. Like you know what I mean. I think this is like it's with UEFN out now. Any possibilities? I'm ready to see the new cutscenes. I'm ready to see if they'll hire people for things like that. And because there's one what is his name, like Pharaoh or for it's
hmm
something like that. He's outstanding. I hope they'll
Yeah,
eventually
that
hire
stuff
him.
looks really good, and I don't
Yeah.
know how he's doing that, but he does really good with that. He must work hard
you
for to
know,
get
I
that.
w-
That's not easy work.
I wouldn't be surprised if he was one of the ones that got access early. You know what I mean?
hmm
Like because he's been doing that for a while. I wouldn't be surprised if he got access early. That would be interesting to know.
Yeah, and talking about UEFN. So like Richard said here, I played the zombies. Have you played
Mhm.
it?
No, I haven't played it yet.
You know what I'm talking about? Called
Yeah, I
this
know which one it is. Is it
It's
fun?
the movie theater Call of Duty one. It's
Yeah,
pretty fun. I played it with Richard. I played with a couple other people. We beat it pretty much. We got to like endless zombies.
yeah,
Um, it's a really good first take. So if you,
hmm
I don't know if I might have deleted it, but I
yeah,
normally delete our lives. But it was a lot of fun. I think give developers. I mean, we can jump right into this, right? Because you're
yeah.
talking about. I'm gonna bring
Cyber
this
Complete.
up. I'm gonna
Yeah,
bring this up that you sent me. So a couple of the streamers, Cypher, Courage, JD, Nick Merckx, Ninja, and Tim the Tatman.
yep.
It looks like they're coming together to build the next battle royale inside of Fortnite using UEFN,
hmm
which is, I mean, okay, go for it. In my opinion,
Yeah,
I want to see other kinds of games in here.
hmm
Like, I feel like me personally, I feel like Epic Games has battle royale down. I mean, go for it because late game was really creative, so maybe they can push the envelope
right.
and do something different, right? That's
hmm
fun. But the fact that they're trying something is really cool. Now the question is, they've got custom skins here
hmm
that are different.
Yeah,
So I don't know
that's
what they're insinuating because like they're gonna be trying to do in UEFN, like different characters and stuff. But they're building it out. And I was telling Richard, I think give it like 6 months to 9 months
yes, that's a good frame. Yeah.
for people to just really start to develop because like you can actually code now,
hmm
right? So they have to
hmm
learn the language, and at the test, you have to actually build a good game.
Yeah.
So like most of the games in creative right now are still very similar to the old ones,
hmm
right? They haven't really pushed the envelope yet.
Hmm.
But I think we're gonna get there, and I mean, just them coming together and putting all this money into this. This is
Yeah.
what I'm talking about. This is gonna happen, and it may not just be like the famous people like Cypher PK.
Right.
You're gonna find some really talented developers
Hmm.
who spend like hours and hours just building stuff, right?
Yeah.
That I mean, this is a cool studio though, Super Joy Studio. I kind of like it.
Yeah, it was interesting about. I agree with what you said as well. When it came to the battle royale aspect,
Hmm.
what's interesting about this one is I'm with you with. I would like to see new ideas. They are separated into pretty much different games of
Hmm.
battle royale. So I'm interested to see what they come up with when it came to what Nick Merckx wanted to move on from when it came to Fortnite with Tim the Tatman and all of these other ones. Cypher was the only one that really kind of stayed, but I'm interested to see with them putting their heads together what are they going to pull and take away from what Fortnite was and what they felt it should be, because there was a lot of complaints over the past 5 years when it came to battle royale. But when you're into it and when you have to develop it, that's when it gets
Well, I
interesting.
mean, there's a lot of complaints when we did the top 50 list, and then
Yeah,
we saw all the people who made top 50 lists, and it was pretty similar.
yeah.
So
Which
people are gonna complain regardless, right?
yeah,
So people complain about battle royale, but most people still play it.
right.
So I mean, it'll be interesting. I really like late game. That
Hmm.
was like a game mode that just changed, and
Yeah,
like everyone really liked it. So maybe they can come up with something like that. I'll be excited to see.
that
But
was
I mean, that's everything for the UEFN front for me. I'm excited about it. Because like I'm getting a little bored of some stuff too.
me too. Yeah.
So I'm ready for something new, for someone to create something new. Um,
I'm and I'll be honest, I'm not opposed. This sounds contradicting to what we are, but I'm not opposed to battle royale becoming what Save the World
mhm.
is. Because it doesn't mean that battle royale
Well,
becoming what Save the World is going to be very different than what
I
that
don't
is.
think it ever. I don't know if it will, but like for like battle royale, I'm fine with it still being here. Like
Yeah.
I don't mind jumping in a squad in a duo and playing arenas and stuff.
Hmm.
But then like creative, it's like I don't want to do some difference with that's not just 2v2,
Right.
3v3,
Right.
2v2vv, blah blah blah.
Hmm.
I mean, the zombies was fresh, right? I kind of like playing the zombies one.
Yeah.
So if they can take that, add new graphics into it, and really like build the game out into a different way,
Hmm.
I think that'll bring a lot of people in.
Yeah.
Um,
And I think that, but also to that, like the reason why I said that is because there's still people that play Save the World,
mhm.
right? It's
More than I
that,
thought.
yeah, but that number for if battle royale becomes what Save the World is, that number is going to be more than quadrupled. It's going to be 100 times the number of what Save the World is. But like you said, I think there's game modes that have so much potential that people are going to bring to the table, and I think that what battle royale was is going to be a nostalgic moment, and I'm interested in that. That means the game is growing. That means that developers are flourishing, and I'm interested to see where that goes.
So we do have the survey warfighter.
Yes.
We're going to talk about that here in a second.
Yeah.
Um, but while we're here on this, I thought I'd bring this up. We met Clicks
Oh
at the
yeah.
last event,
Oh
and if
yeah.
you guys know, y'all know who Clicks is.
Yeah. Good one. I'm glad you brought that up. Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess over the last week, what's up, Black Ash?
Black
Um,
Ash.
Clicks got banned,
Yeah.
and he can't compete in the FNCS.
Mhm.
Um, and if he doesn't get unbanned, he was talking about quitting.
Yeah.
I heard him, I don't know if he's serious, but like he moved for Fortnite to get better
Mhm.
to the servers, and he's doing all this to compete, and then he got banned, so he can't compete for the $10 million prize pool.
Yeah.
Um, so I feel his pain. So what happened? Quick overview is
Mhm.
somebody was stream sniping him, chasing him around the map, making
Mhm.
him waste his mats, all this kinds of stuff. And then he got mad. He was yelling at his stream. He's like, dude, just give me your mats, give me all your stuff. And the dude did it. And so he got banned for teaming.
Mhm.
So he was just more frustrated at the guy for like griefing him the whole time. And he yelled
Yeah.
at him to give him his stuff. But it is technically against
Yeah.
the rules for him to give it. So Epic Games is in the right, but at the same time, it's a gray area.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I feel bad for Clicks.
Mhm.
And it's not a good look because he like everyone likes to watch Clicks play Fortnite. I don't want Clicks to quit. I feel his pain, but as a company, I don't see them. I don't see them going over the ban. I don't see them getting rid of the ban.
Well, Clicks is a little bit more of a rebel when
Yeah.
it comes to a pro player. He's a pro and he's a top tier content creator. So uh I get Fortnite not bending for that because let's be real, if it was a Nick 830 or a Cypher PK or something along that lines, obviously they're not on the pro scene. Okay, let's use Booga. If it was a Booga, his image is a little bit more polished than Clicks, and I just like the NBA, NFL, MLB. Who you bend for when it comes to bending the rules
I
is
don't
always
I
interesting.
don't think they're gonna I don't think they would bend for any of them for that for the competitive scene.
I think they will. I do, and the reason because I
I
don't know if
get why they would. I don't think
yeah,
they will.
and
Mainly because I don't think they value competitive that high
they
currently.
that's but that's true. That is, I agree with that. I don't disagree with that at all. The reason why I'm saying that when it comes to the Click situation is because Clicks just got his creator code back. His
Yeah.
creator code was banned for it might have been 2 years at this point. So
Mhm.
he's been in the graces of of
Mm.
of Epic Games and Fortnite when it came to this before. So it's it's one of those situations where I agree that Fortnite may not view competitive the same way, and so they may not. But I will say that Click's image may have played into the harshness of of what it because I mean, if the content that he streams sometime, Fortnite probably like, listen, it's risky anyway, so I mean, I'm
Yeah.
not going, and it just depends on the brand that you have. You got to keep your brand tip top. We talk about it all the time that, Black Knight or, anybody else can't break an ankle. But this also goes to the car community. I'm an avid collector of sweat skins and skins that's connected to pro players, but this is a part of it. If a
Yeah.
skin is connected to a pro player, it's equivalent to that. So that's also something to look out for. It'll be interesting to watch and see how this plays out because it's not looking good right now.
Yeah, it's not looking good. When I saw it on Twitter, I was like, "Oh snap! What happened?" I had to go back and look at all the content to figure it out. I was like, "Geez." I watched the video and everything and what
Yeah,
happened. I was like, "Okay."
yeah.
So here are the I believe
Why they got it
these
out of? Oh, just go to new. Can you
I'll
click
go to
new right
new,
there?
but like
Yeah.
this popped up and like this was like the best Fortnite survey skins.
Uh huh.
And like I want some of these. Like, did we
Yeah.
get this one?
I don't think we got that one
Because
yet.
I don't. If you guys been watching me, the popsicle back bling is my favorite.
Hmm.
I rock that all the time. I want this skin to be honest, but here we'll go to new.
Yeah.
All right, so here we can start see if any of these. Oh, more Geno.
Yo, that jacket, bro. That Parker, bro. Geno getting a fit off on that one. He's getting a
It's a
fit
little
off on
bulky
that.
though. I have to
Yeah,
say
I
it's
wouldn't
pretty
wear it,
bulky.
but I wear the jacket for sure. He getting a fit off on that one. That's that New York style jacket right there.
Yeah, this is gonna be Richard's skin, I bet.
Yep,
Richard's gonna
Richard
like
loves
that
that
skin.
one, hands down.
I mean, some of these are gonna be pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie.
It's a lot. It's a couple that I'm excited for sure. So
Female. Is this a female bot
yeah,
for what's his name? Kit
uh,
Bash.
Kit Bash. Yeah, that's
Kit Bash
interesting.
a female
Maybe
based on this robot, or is that not Kit
is
Bash?
that
Is that a different one?
is that is that Meowscle's daughter?
I mean, that's a good question. I have no
Hmm,
idea. Oh,
that's
this
a
is
dope
like a
skin. I
ballerina.
like that one. Yeah, that's dope.
They're getting very like into the details with these skins these
Yeah,
days.
it seems more cohesive now too.
It would no, I don't want to say into the detail. It seems more fashiony,
Yeah,
right? It's like they're getting really into like fashion. I feel like
Richard said he borderline offended.
he's on borderline offended at that.
Well, Richard, it is one
All
in
right,
here
here
for
you
you
go,
guys to
Richard. You can have
like.
this one. This reminds me of an old PlayStation video game. What was
I
that?
know which one you're talking about.
Where they could turn into like what was that? It was like a
No,
fighter game.
um, it wasn't. Was it Tekken? No, not Tekken. It was it might have been Tekken.
I don't know. I used to play this PlayStation, not PlayStation One, not PlayStation Two, a PlayStation game, I
Yeah,
believe. It's like I can't remember what it was, but dude's got a snake on it. Oh, that would be sick though. He has a snake back bling.
yeah,
That'd be tight.
dope pose.
No way.
Yeah, there
Midas
you go,
fish.
Richard. The Midas fish right there. Richard,
The
now
E
you can't say
variant.
that's not. Yep.
I haven't got
You
to the E variant, but That one's kind of tight.
Got an Isabella in there, head cannon at least.
Oh, got the
Yo,
llama outfit. That's kind of dope. I kind of like
it's
that.
looking like my girl might be coming back. I don't know. That look real luxy right there.
That is very luxy right there.
I'm just saying. I ain't going. Fortnite can flip it at any time, so we'll see how that plays out.
They made her hair gold this time.
Yeah,
No
that's a
face over
dope skin.
here.
Dope. That's gonna be a
Richard's
funny meme
skin.
one.
This is gonna be
Richard skin.
Richard's
That's a
skin right
Richard
here.
skin all day.
Hmm.
Like he would PC that like crazy.
Snap. This reminds me of One Piece. What the heck? Okay. That one's kind of crazy. I kind of like that.
Harley Quinnish.
Yeah, I kind of like that one.
Dope.
Am I missing any here that y'all want to look
Uh,
at?
let's
What
see.
sucks with not having a legit series coming out yet. Like when we didn't know if there was gonna be a series 4, we're like, dang, I
Yep.
wonder which one of these is gonna look tight on a card.
Now it's just skins.
Now it's like, dang, we really need some more cards because when these skins
Yeah.
come out, they're gonna be fire.
See. Oh yeah, Richard. That's on brand right there. You might have to switch your profile picture or something.
Oh, that has to be your main skin now.
Yeah, yeah. It's over.
All right, this is another one with a mask and it has like an eye.
Mm-hmm.
Could this be a new theme, a
Might
new
be.
storyline?
Might be.
Because like she has an eye right here and an eye right
Yeah.
there. So more than one skin having that same type of eye, I would guess that's
Yeah.
one of these are gonna come into it.
Yeah.
Um, oh, that's kind of
That's
tight.
gonna be cool. That's gonna be a cool one.
That one's actually kind of
I
interesting. Like
like that
that's
one.
kind of like it's kind of like a chaos agent, like a slim
Yeah.
male skin. I might rock that one.
That's cool.
Um, did I miss
Oh
the Eevee one? Which one was the Eevee one
nah,
that
you
you
don't. I
like?
don't think you missed it yet. I don't think you missed.
Okay.
Wait, go to that right there. Go right there. Bro got waves, bro. He got waves, bro.
He has the
Fortnite,
eye as well, right
yo,
here.
Fortnite did it. They gave him the waves. Nah, that skin is
Oh,
fire.
whoa! What
That's
is
gonna
going
be
on here?
hitbox crazy,
Yeah, I don't know what they're doing with her legs. Like she's disproportionate.
bro. Kick gonna be crazy if she could kick squats. That's interesting.
This is a
Oh
pass.
shoot,
This is gonna be a hard pass for me.
is that supposed to be Santa, bro?
I don't know what that's supposed to be. Let me see if I missed any. This guy looks really depressed.
Yo, he got the Japanese fashion fit off though.
Yeah,
The
yeah, he's pulling it
tactical,
off.
interesting.
I can kind of dig that one. I don't like the bulky jackets. Lots of bulky jackets.
Yeah, the bulky jackets can
Did I
be
miss the
annoying
Eevee
sometimes.
one?
You might have. I thought you did. I thought it was still down
I
low,
haven't
but
seen it yet. That's why I want to look at it. I didn't fully look at the list yet.
if not, I sent you the other one where you can pull it up. But that one usually pulls up blurry. That's why
Yeah, this one pulls up blurry. Which one is she?
I don't see her on there. Because I originally didn't see her. I seen her from oh, there she is, left side, far left, up two.
Oh, right here.
Yeah,
Oh, wait, that's kind of tight. Where's she at?
I don't know where.
Is
Oh,
it
there
this
she. Oh,
one?
she was up. Yeah, that's a dope skin.
Yeah, I kind of like that one.
That's
That
a
one's
dope
dope.
skin. It seems like Evie is gonna be in a interesting conversation over the next couple years. She's pretty popular. She's pretty popular.
So looking at like how many people like this stuff, yeah, she's definitely very popular. This one got the most likes.
Mm-hmm.
Probably the least used of the skins, but it
Easily.
got the
Yeah.
most likes.
Yeah.
Um, no, I mean they're all pretty good. There's still some from the last
Jeno
ones that we never
Jeno got a
got.
fit off though. We gotta definitely give him credit. Yo, his style like is actually crazy. Like I mean, if you look at the options that he has, night wise, he's the cleanest knight easily.
Oh yeah, for
With that
sure. Yeah, I
jacket, yeah,
agree.
it's gonna be pretty dope. Pretty dope to see.
Um, I mean, there's still skins we didn't get. Like
Yeah.
I'd rather have this one.
Hmm.
Something a little just
Well, the
clean.
summer season is coming up next, so she'll probably be in that.
Like I like that one too. Richard likes this one. He
Yeah.
told me.
Yeah, Richard. That's Richard skin all day. Before we hold on, did I get keep going through that thing? Uh,
Charlotte was one that like popped. Like, can we not see it from here? From what is this one? Now this one would be a dope one too.
Yeah. Wait, that came out.
Oh, did it?
Yeah, that's the one with the
Oh wait, I have heard. That's
yeah,
right.
yeah, yeah,
It
yeah.
just looks different in like the drawing style.
Yeah, yeah, that came out. That's a good skin. That's a good skin for sure.
Yeah, I actually should look. I think I have that one. I should wear that one.
I like her back bling. It's like the Guff Puff wings type thing.
See, we're getting to the point where we have so many skins that you forget what you have and what you don't wear.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I think it's gonna be harder for skins to break through
Yeah,
because there's so many options now that it's really hard for one. Like Eevee breaking through is pretty impressive.
yeah,
Um, for like usage. I have this one, but I never seen anybody wear it.
yeah. I never seen anybody wear any of that set. I may have seen like a
I
no,
have it though.
yeah. I never seen anybody wear that set.
I was just making that up. I'm just messing with Richard. Just because he likes Moisty Merman. I'm just messing with you, man. Just a joke. Just a joke. This is really Black Ash's favorite skin.
Yeah, that's. I could see him making it to FNCS wearing that.
That'd be the ultimate flex, to be honest.
No, it really would be like. I mean, we've seen. No, I don't think. I mean, it was early on that people would wear like a meme skin from time to time. Nobody's doing that no more. It's just too much that's at stake. Let's see. I'm just gonna get this. I'm gonna just send this message out real quick. Oh, we both can't do it. They probably like, what is going on?
No,
I'm trying to.
I was
You
getting
got.
messages from work. My fault, guys.
No, I had to get Richard on here, y'all. Richard is. We got Richard on here. He's gonna show some of his new pickups, and I think he got. I also think he got some grades back, some submissions back. So let's see what he got on here. There we
Yo,
go.
what's up? What's up?
What's up? What's up? How you doing, Richard?
Pretty good. How about you?
Pretty good. Pretty good.
Yeah, I got my 3-card crystal shard submission,
Okay.
and I got a few cards I'm gonna show off that I bought. So I'll just show the first pickup. It's a crack shot USA print crystal shard. Recently won this at auction for $100-something. But I'm gonna get straight into my PSA grades.
All right.
And one of them got a 10. So first up, my aim, it got a PSA 8,
Okay.
which I'm happy with. I'm into this card for not very much, so I'm making a lot of money on this.
Mm-hmm.
Good card, nice like an 8. And with the number 9, so after I show this, you'll know what my 10 was. Heyman got a 9. I'll show them off a little bit more after I get to the grades, but Mothman, I've got the PSA 10. Which, this is actually the first shot I ever bought, so.
Oh, that's cool. Dope. That's dope. Sentimental value right there.
Yeah, definitely something I'll never sell.
Did you think that your aim was gonna get an 8?
Yeah,
what was
8
the
to 9.
What was the range? 8 to 9.
Yeah, it had. Let's see if I can show you. There's the corners. I don't know if they show up very well on the camera, but yeah.
Yeah, it's hard to pick up card imperfections on camera these days.
Yeah,
I don't know why it's so difficult.
And just another pickup, I bought a Prisoner. USA print cracked ice.
Man, you're killing it. You're loading up on your Series 1 ice.
Yeah.
What are you at now?
So I'm at 7 total now.
And when did you start collecting again?
Around April last year.
That's beautiful, man. That shows you the opportunity that's in the market, especially if you take your time with it, especially now.
Then I got all USA shards.
Got the sleeves to go with it. Now, what's your? I got a nice question for you before this wrap up. What is your projection for the BK auction? What's your what do you think it's gonna go for?
40,000, somewhere in that range. That's my guess.
Interesting. I like that.
It'll be interesting.
Yeah. Perfect. All right, Richard. Anything else? Anything you got? Any tidbits? Any tips? Anything you got for the community?
No, just appreciate you guys having me on. I do have my YouTube channel.
Yes.
Just Richard Parrott on YouTube. I upload a couple times a week, so if you guys want to check that out. But yeah, appreciate you guys having me on again.
Of course. Have a good one, bro.
Yeah, I'll see you guys.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Richard puts out some good content on there. I didn't see him do the quick tidbits or whatever you want to say it for the eBay sales and things like that. I'm gonna put his YouTube in the links here. Feel free to check it out. So yeah, he's been posting some good stuff. I like to look at those.
Yeah. So what do you staying on that topic? The BK auction. What do you feel is gonna go for?
So what do I think is gonna go for it? See, I try to stay out of these conversations. I have no idea. I think 40,000 is possible. Um,
Uh,
I also think 32,000.
well, because the 20% premium. What is this at now? Is it 20? What is that? It was originally at 27. I can't remember. I can't do it off the top of my head. But but yeah, it's flirting with 30 already. Um,
Yeah, I think easily or most likely in the 30 to 35,000 range,
yeah.
only because like of the market. But like I could see it going 40 or more. Um, but 6 days left. I think it can hit 30 at least.
I'm okay. I'm gonna go on a whim, and this is just not because I'm a fan of Fortnite cards and BK. Uh, with the eyes on it, and if I was in play to do this, right? Understanding the moment that this is, understanding how all of this, if I could do this, I don't think I would bow outside of 50. So I'm interested. I'm gonna go with
That's true.
I'm gonna go with 48 to 50, easy. If y'all
I
don't
think
know,
it can
yeah,
definitely go there. Um, it's got 5 days left. It's already gotten this far.
yeah,
So you know what's interesting is all the other card markets, all the other card hobbies are like going down, right?
hmm,
Like by more than half. Like the big cards, like
yeah,
the Michael Jordan was like almost at 1 million.
right,
And what's the last sale? Like
yeah,
200,000?
yeah. I think that Jordan was at like seven. It was like 735 or something.
But it's gone down way more than half, right?
Yeah,
Um, so we're
it.
doing good already. 24,000 down after like the down
Oh,
market.
whoa! You see this?
I don't think that's a hot take. I think it could stay in the 24K range. I think it can go from 24,000 to 35,000 to 50,000. It really depends. It really depends on how many people are bidding for it and want this
Yeah,
card.
I
I don't know in this current market, but like the fact that it hit $24,000 in this down market when everything else has like dropped 80%, 90%, that's a
yeah.
good sign. That's a strong sign, in my opinion.
Yeah, and I think for me personally, they
Black Ash is like it's not gonna move, so no one else bids on it, and it's gonna
right,
stupid.
right, right. Hype it
Hmm.
down. No, if you at from the conversations that I've had over the past, I would say over the past year and some change, when it came to a BK10, um, I haven't talked to a couple of those people in a while, but if they happen to be in play, I just the way they were talking about it, I don't know. I can't see it going less than 40. Like 45, I think is going over that. I'm just interested to see what happens.
Yeah,
Uh,
that's what I'm saying though. It's like if those people are not paying attention to the hobby right now.
and PWCC is a blind spot for a lot of people, but not to
Yeah,
this caliber. Like I think the people that know about this knows. Yeah,
yeah. I mean, it's a great card. It's not one I'm chasing, but it's like the Grail. If you go back and look at the top 50 list everywhere, like people want the Black Knight.
hey, yeah,
It's
beautiful card,
definitely a great card.
beautiful card. Uh, this this is a great transition though, kind of because this is so major. It's kind of not a great transition because they're competitors, but but Ken Golden Auction, they found their Netflix series finally released. It's a 6 episode series. Uh, yeah, it was very entertaining. I know people feel a certain way about Ken Golden and Golden Auction to an
Was
extent.
there any Fortnite cards mentioned?
Nope, but Beanie Babies were. Uh, yeah, Beanie. No Fortnite cards mentioned, but
What about
I will.
Squishmallows? If Beanie Babies were mentioned,
No,
Squishmallows have to be mentioned.
Squishmallows is lit.
That's what my daughter collects.
Yeah,
My daughter has like over 70 Squishmallow stuffed animals.
I didn't even know what it was. I didn't even know what it was till a guy I work with. His daughter had Squishmallows, and this is before obviously my daughter was born.
Wait,
Now
you
it's a
guys
thing.
think that Fortnite cards are crazy? My
Squishmallows.
daughter has me waking up on Sunday mornings to get to 5 and below before they open.
Yeah,
Like we've done that like 3 or 4 times. Like and then we asked them like when are they doing the next drop and all this kind of
yeah,
stuff. And like trying to, you know, what, they need their own website because like trying to figure out all the different rare ones and stuff like that is more complicated than Funko Pops.
yeah.
I swear, that's a whole nother league.
No, that's yeah. It was from some interesting stuff in there. I was telling Dylan before we got on here. It seems like Ken Golden is about to become a reality star. It was very it was a typical Netflix series when it comes to like documentation like that, but it had a reality feel to it as well. Um, I think it's interesting for the hobby though. I do. I think it entertained me. It was great
You said
memorabilia
it's
in
6
there. Cards.
episodes?
Yeah, 6 episodes.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to. When did it come
Yeah,
out? I wish I had known that it
today.
was already out.
Today came
Oh,
out
it came
today.
out today? Oh,
Yeah,
so I was up working late. That would've been
yeah,
an interesting thing for me to watch while I worked. That would've been interesting.
yeah. So I mean, it was they had the backyard breaks, triple logo man content in there. So it's interesting how they do it though. Like seeing how Golden when it comes to a high priced item, you know, some items didn't make what they thought they would, and it slightly went over. But it was very interesting, man. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to take a look at it. Hey, what do you guys think of the scratches on the surface of this? Does that take down the price at all?
Not for me. I think all mine's got scratches. To be honest.
I know that Shardnock, who's not here today, he has like the buffer stuff that you spray on it and then wipe it
Mhm.
off. I was just curious to high end
How
collectors if
how
that
people feel
bothers them.
about that? Yeah,
Yeah, about the scratches on the surface.
yeah. That's. I mean, I can see that being a thing for a high end collector. Uh,
I mean, I guess it's not if you're buying something that expensive, you can get it reslab, but still,
yeah,
it's still kind of scary.
yeah.
Richard says the scratches are meaningless. Yeah, it just kind of sucks. I hate seeing scratches. Like that's why I don't use one touches. I don't
Mm.
even care about like damaging the card. It's just those
The
things get scratched
scratches,
so
they
much.
do they do get scratched easy.
You know what I mean? So that just bothers me. Will
Uh,
BK be the card for Life of Fortnite? We've talked about this so much.
and
It
it's
definitely will be one of the cards,
okay. I got a question for you.
guaranteed.
I'll add on to that. I don't because like sticker, like we said, we talked about this a lot. We don't mind talking about it more either. It's a great
Yeah.
conversation. Uh, okay, let's put it this way: if no more sets come out, what happens then? You get what I mean? Like, so
Yeah.
if more sets come out, okay, that's one conversation. If nothing else comes out, that's a different conversation. What do you
I mean,
feel if no more sets come out?
if you can get the all right, I feel like the card is the Renegade Raider prototype. In the whole hobby, that's the card to
Mm-hmm.
have.
Uh-huh.
That's gonna be the best Fortnite card there is, period.
Mm-hmm.
In my opinion. Then I guess you have to go Black Knight.
Yeah, yeah. It's
What
what
goes after that is kind of like up in the air, I think.
I think that's where the most mobility will be. That's
I
that's my opinion. I think BK is number one when it comes to release. And I feel the same way about the Renegade Raider prototype. After that, number two and three, I think that's where the most fluctuation is going to happen. Maybe 3 to 4, because I think Pilly is kind of cemented as well. I think it could be
as
something there.
the card though,
No, it's BK.
yeah, is
It
BK.
is BK.
I know I'm a very particular kind of collector, and I know a
Yeah.
lot of people like Peely and stuff. I still think long term,
Uh-huh.
Ghoul Trooper and
Uh-huh.
Aura will topple some of these other ones that people like a lot. But
Yeah.
that could be 100% biased.
Yeah.
I mean, it is biased, but I don't
The
know.
the gut feeling for me is the potential of drift is what intrigues me, and not just talking about the car market. Like we always talk about, obviously nothing's happening movie wise with Fortnite right now at this moment, or like let's say within the next 2 years, whatever the case may be. But what I will say is when that happens, when those moments happen, uh, Fox Clan and Drift is really intriguing to me. We talked about it last week. I don't know if Drift will make it into what solidify top three or top five or whatever the case may be. I think he has the most potential to shift some things though, for
This is
sure.
a good point that Black Ash is saying here. Um, and if I'm saying this correctly, Black Ash, he's basically saying like, are we just talking about value? Because Renegade Raider, I think, is going to be the most valuable Fortnite card.
Uh-huh.
And then, but if we're talking about the card, like what's the card for the Fortnite card hobby?
Yeah.
Like if we had to say that, it's easily Black Knight.
Hmm.
because that's what brings all the attention. That's what people come up to look for. That's what gets all the articles. That's what gets all the votes. That's what brings people into it. So if we're just going based on that, then the Black Knight is the best Fortnite card. The card is the
Yeah.
Black Knight because that's what brings all the attention and stuff to it. Even if it may not be the very most expensive, like the prototypes could outprice it. So I think that's what Black Ash is saying, and I think I agree that in those terms, the Black Knight is the card.
Yeah.
That's a good way to put it.
Yeah. I
Just take
mean,
value out of it, like that is the card.
yeah. I think that's where it comes down to me for me as well. With a little bit more, I always said, uh, Black Knight representation. He kind of strikes a unique box for me. When it comes to the market and the gaming hobby. Uh, Both situations, people can debatably put a card that could be in that spot. It's
Hmm.
just about that spot, that card or that skin actually taking that
So,
spot, and that's where it gets unique to me.
so the Black Knight was not the top card when the set first came out. It was first Skull Trooper,
Uh-huh,
and then so many got graded that right off the bat because that was the card.
uh-huh,
That then people started looking at the Black Knight differently and started doing the Black Knight.
uh-huh,
Um, and then the Black Knight became the top card, if my memory serves me correctly. Um, so at this point, I don't think that now that there's no other sets, like it has
uh-huh.
to be one of these early sets that beats the card. And since Gold Trooper didn't beat out Black Knight, Black Knight's it. But it could have gone very different. Like it could have been Skull Trooper, it could have been Bright Bomber.
Mhm.
Like I think those two to me are the most nostalgic Fortnite characters,
Yeah,
right? And then Black Knight overtook that, right?
and I guess the most important word for me too is I'm going based off of like what JT was saying, like because I agree with JT as well. If more cards come out, eventually BK could have a moment of competition. I think iconic is the word though, and I'm not talking about iconic like we usually talk about it. I think the moments that we had as a community over the
Hmm.
past 3 sets plus Reloaded, that also cements him in an interesting situation because now the memories is tied to that card. So even when new sets come out, or if new sets come out, or if it doesn't come out, those first initiation of those cards of Black Knight, I think he falls into that 86 Jordan, the Mickey Mantle, the T206 Wagner, all of those type of cards of iconic cards in an iconic set. That's the way I view Black Knight.
So a couple things here. I thought it was the other way around, MC, but I know you were around back then too, and you got way more than I do. So I'm sure you know this better than me. I thought Skull was out front at first, and then Black Knight took over. But I mean, you're probably right for sure. Um, so I'd listen to MC here. A couple of these comments I want to say. I think it's gonna be hard for any other set to replace the card because this is the first one, and it's gonna be harder for them to create a rare card than the Black Knight Shard.
Yeah.
And Black Knight's so popular or so well known in game. I don't think new sets are gonna be able to replace it personally, but who
Hmm.
knows? Sticker, I agree. Or it's gonna take Black Knight. I agree. I value mine in my heart as much as a Black Knight, but I don't know. It's kind of hard. It's kind of hard. I mean,
Yeah, I mean,
it, it's it's
I'm
kind of hard.
always
Black Knight's been that card. It's like there's
yeah.
like I think Aura's gonna have more fans than the Black Knight, but the
Mhm.
Black Knight means more to the hobby since it started, right?
This is what Kari just said is very. This is what I mean, Kari kind of put it into terms of what I've been trying to say in totality.
Mm-hmm.
I get what you're saying, Dylan, for sure. When it comes to like,
Oh,
or
yeah,
when it,
what I'm saying is kind of like this. It's like
yeah,
I think Aura's gonna have more fans than the Black Knight, but the Black Knight means more to the hobby. Like this thing happening right now at PWCC means a lot for the hobby. It's like
uh
cementing it, and you know what I mean.
it's
So it's no longer. It's gotten to the point like it's no longer about who has the most fans, what's played with the most. Here,
uh,
it's most of like what's the best card of the hobby. Like the
yes,
hobby is really taking
uh
reins of it. So I agree.
yeah, because I think that's something I've always said. Like, don't get me wrong. I think opportunities come when it comes to what happens in the game. That's our thing. That's what taking high ground is. But money does talk, and history talks. And as time goes on, more of these BK sells, and I think, uh, if I'm being honest, I think that it will only be a few cards that could do it. I think a lot of cards can compete. Not a lot. I think a handful of cards can compete for number two, but for number one,
And
is
I'm not
very
talking
few.
and like I'm not even talking about value anymore because it's too hard to decide. They're all rare. Like Bob's saying, like there's better candidates than Aura. Sure, there's lots of candidates. I think any card can become more expensive, but if we're talking
Hmm.
about the card, it's the Black Knight.
Hmm.
Like JT's saying, if new sets have like number
Right.
cards, like a one of
That
one,
changes. Yes.
that could be the most expensive card,
Yeah.
but it's not the
It's
card
not
of the
the
hobby.
iconic card. Yes.
Yeah, because of what it's
Yes.
done for the last 4 years since the start of it, right?
Hmm.
Um, it's a different like, it's kinda what Black Ash was saying, it's a different kind of, like, verbiage there. I'm not
Right.
saying this is gonna be the most expensive Fortnite card.
Hmm.
I think Renegade Raider or if, like, a one of one comes out, something else, a Minty
But
Aura, I'm just saying.
it even reminds me of in game though.
Mhm.
BK is not the most worn skin now when it comes to what's OG or any. It's
Yeah.
just the moment BK had. The
Mhm.
moment BK had the grind, that's what makes BK iconic, and that's what cements him even in Fortnite gaming legacy. And I think the same thing happens for
Yeah.
the card hobby.
And back up here, it's not about, like, what was popular. It's, like, even back then, like, it's hard for me to explain, but Black Knight wasn't really, like didn't, like, represent Fortnite, if that makes sense, like, Bright Bomber did, like, that was like, if you thought of Fortnite, that's what you thought of.
Well,
Um,
yeah.
so it's not like that Skull Trooper it's not because Skull Trooper was popular, it was just, like, I don't know, the design of those skins is what reminded you of Fortnite, that's all I was saying.
What it was very unique back then, because if y'all don't know, Myth, which was a gamer back then, he was connected to Skull Trooper. Uh, um, why is his name slipping my mind? But either way, it was Myth connected to Skull Trooper. Then you had Bright Bomber, Sparkle Specialist. All these was connected to content creators. BK was just he was the rare skin of that, and then obviously the Renegade Raiders. But BK had a certain. It was a. It was just a moment that was there where people don't forget the grind or them missing that specific first tier level skin. Really, it wasn't a tier 100, but it was a tier 72, I believe. But that's the unique difference about that one. Where yeah, Skull Trooper, because I always said Black Knight back bling was more popular than Black Knight,
And
and I think
still is
that's
to this
and
day.
yeah, and I think that's what people forget. That's
And
not a knock to
yeah,
Black Knight. It's just that's what it was. People would
yeah.
wear Black Knight back bling with Skull Trooper with Bright Bomber because you didn't have a bulky skin besides Skull
Mhm.
Trooper. You had this. You kind of merged two worlds of rarity and then what was considered a
The
try hard
comments are
skin
going
at that
off
time.
here on something I wanna talk about real quick,
Yeah.
before I lose it. Where am I? The Midas conversation here. Oh, y'all come in fast. So yeah, everyone was saying that Midas would overtake Black Knight. I think he could have.
Hmm.
If Midas was in Series 2,
Yep.
right? We were excited for Series 3, right? Because we were hoping that'd be similar print runs
Hmm.
and like the design wouldn't be all that different. The design being very different and
Yep.
him having so many more cards made it less likely. Like, I don't think Wayne was wrong
Hmm.
for wanting that much money for Midas.
Hmm.
So people were saying like he was trying to overcharge for it. Um, I don't think he was wrong for overcharging for it. This was
Hmm.
he got the first one. He pulled like the first Midas, right? We
Yeah.
didn't know how many shards there were, right? And now that we know that there's way more than there was for Series 1 and Series 2,
Yeah.
it made it so much more less likely. That's why
Right.
I was buying like Elite Agents for 200 a pop raw, right?
Hmm.
Because I was like, Elite Agent's a great card. I'm not gonna waste my time. I'm gonna get it while it's low. And then a
Yeah.
whole bunch came out so that the hobby there's more cards than there were people in the hobby at the
Yeah.
time, right?
I,
So that's what happened. And so could Midas overtake Black Knight one day? Possibly, but it doesn't look like it because of the print run.
nope. And I agree.
I still think it's a great card, and
Yeah.
he has I think Midas has way more potential storyline wise, which is
Hmm.
why like my escape world's big on Midas. Like I think storyline, Midas has a lot of opportunity. So who knows? I don't want to say like Black Knight's gonna be the most expensive card. He's just the card for the hobby. He's what represents the hobby, in my opinion.
No,
And I don't have any Black Knights, by the way.
yeah, I agree. I mean, that's kind of where our original first conversation
Mhm.
started on Instagram. We was talking about Midas. If
Yeah.
Midas would have been in Series 2, I agree. I think competitively that probably would have been a
Yeah.
real conversation. And
100%.
I'm not gonna lie, I don't know which side I would have been on because we know we value the story, we value those things, and so that would have been interesting. But him being in Series 3, I think that really I mean that was just that was the dead end when it came to that.
See,
Jay,
this is a good point right here. I want to get back to what you just said. I'm
hmm
gonna forget, but like what Bobby's saying here is that it's the size of the market. Like our hobby is super small.
hmm
The prices are doing amazing in the current like landscape of the hobby. Like I need
yeah,
y'all to realize that. Like it's like this hasn't crashed with how small of our hobby is.
hmm
So like if the hobby, I don't know, grows 10 like I don't know, 10 to 20,000 people,
hmm
I think Aura has a real chance.
yeah,
Not saying it will. I'm just saying skins like that. Anything in Series 2 that has like huge fan base, it's just like if that many people come in, it can really change the entire landscape, right? I
hmm
don't think it will. It's just it's possible. But the Black
see,
Knight is like as we said, it's like
yeah, where that gets interesting to me is I kind of try to look at if that does happen. So if that does happen, right? Say it
mhm,
grows to exponentially. You have the people that's holding BK. You have the people that's holding Aura. You have the people that's holding Drift. Because, like we said, this is a very scarce market, right?
yep,
So let's say let's say they all hit 50. Let's just not all hit 50. Let's say Series 1, Series 2, let's say BK hits 40 and Aura hits 60, whatever the case may be, 50, whatever it is. The Even if it grows that much, the auctions, the buys, the purchases, it has to stay consistent for that overtake to happen, and that's what I don't see. I do think
yeah,
I think crazy moments where people be like, "Hold up, what's about to happen? This sold for
mhm.
this much. BK is only at this." But when BK goes up this for sell again, that's when it. So I just the problem I
So
have with
what?
it is,
Let me see if I
yeah,
can get this out for you. So are you saying that it's gonna be hard in the future to gauge what's the most expensive card because will only be an aura for sale. It sells for a record-breaking price,
hmm
but that's because there's no Black Knight for sale.
right,
6 months later, a Black
it,
Knight pops up and it sells for more than the aura did. But
exactly.
now there's no auras for sale, right?
hmm
So like it's gonna be kind of hard. And if you think about it that way, it's Black Knight. It's gonna be hard to topple the Black Knight. That's
Yeah,
what you're saying.
because you
'Cause
think
every time a
about,
new one comes
yep,
out, they're gonna top each other
it's
probably.
it's always the conversation of like, okay, for instance, if it happens, it's always gonna be if Aura sells for this amount, they're gonna be like, wait, if Aura is selling for this, what does that mean Black Knight is how much does that mean Black Knight is worth? And then if Drift sells for this, how much does that mean Black Knight is worth? When they start trickling closer to that number. And I think that's what's gonna make it hard. I just think Black Knight has this surety for collectors. Doesn't mean it's gonna stay that way, but it's hard to see it not staying that way.
And we're missing I want to see some of these comments.
Yeah.
I'm missing some of them. They're talking about the laser Midas 10. Yeah, I mean, I think that can do great price wise. I'm not a
Mhm.
laser fan. I do have an Aura laser 10, and I like it a lot, but it's
Yeah.
Aura. Um, so I mean, I think the Midas laser has a lot of potential. My only concern with the lasers is people see the cracked eyes as the chase cards.
Mhm.
Not saying that's gonna be forever. That's gonna have to like change and evolve a little bit. With
Mhm.
Midas 10s being so rare in the lasers, that's possible there. Um,
I'm
Maybe not
interested to
all the
see what
lasers.
I'm interested to see what people think now, though, because
Yeah.
you have a point. I agree with you. I think that that's the thing.
Mhm.
I'm interested to see what people think at this current moment with Series 3 approaching the year. If it's not already, is it a year yet? It's close, right?
For Series
Series
3?
3, yeah,
Yeah, it's gotta
it's like a couple weeks
man, has
off
it
at
been a
least.
year?
It might have been a year. I don't remember when it was at this
Man,
point.
we've been that's
Yeah,
crazy. That's
yeah,
crazy if that's true. It seems about that's a fast year.
yeah.
Um,
So I'm interested to see what people think now that Series 3 is either a year or approaching a year. What they feel about that.
See, this is interesting, guys. Okay, so Kari says if he got a PSA 10 laser Midas, he would value that equal to the
Mm.
Black Knight Shard PSA 10.
Mm-hmm.
You
That's
couldn't sell it for
interesting.
that cheap. Okay. There's a lot of cards like this. Like I value the valuing it and having to sell it because not everyone's like I value Aura like a Black Knight Shard. That's how much I value it for.
Mm-hmm.
And I've had to sell it for way, 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 way less because nobody else is going to value it for that much, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you're just going to end up keeping it into your collection.
Yeah.
Now, let me see if I can do this. Let's go to FortniteCards.com. Shameless plug right there. Go to Reloaded. Go to the pop report for Reloaded. All right, so the Midas laser, right? Let's look at Renegade Raider here on the Reloaded. I know y'all probably sick of me talking about Reloaded, but I don't care. Renegade Raider. All right, 30 have been graded, and there's only 110. All right, now let's go look at the laser for Midas. Let's see, pop report. E Series 3. The Midas laser, 30 for 3. So if you take that at face value, and of course you would need a lot more than just 30 for it to be accurate. That's saying that the Renegade Raider 10s are.
I think it's different.
I are more rare. I'm just saying.
Is the reason why it's different is the whole thing with the lasers. When it comes to the intrigue about the lasers is that people are looking to grade the Midas lasers. There's just not that many out there. That many hasn't been pulled, and just like the Reloaded condition sensitive, I do feel that people are warming up to Renegade Raider and Reloaded. I do think they're two different major sets though, and
my
that's where it
question
gets
for you guys: which one is going to get more 10s, Renegade Raider or Midas lasers?
It depends. I mean, okay, so out of a case, how many Renegade Raiders have you pulled?
8.
So hypothetically speaking,
that was a case of fat packs, by the way.
Right. So there's Reloaded is a higher set to get when it comes to shipping and all of those things. I think that Midas. You know what? Actually, I'm gonna go on a whim. I feel that I can say this word. I have no idea. I have no idea.
Yeah, it's really interesting. I don't know what the answer is. Like, I don't have an answer.
Yeah.
I'm generally curious. I haven't ripped any cases of, like, how many cases to hit a good laser Midas. I don't know. I've opened up 3 or 4 cases and a whole bunch of loose packs, many boxes, and I was the only one who got the 10 for the Renegade Raider. I'm not saying a whole bunch won't pop up as more do it, because let's be real, like, it's a lot easier to hit a Renegade Raider than it is to hit a Midas laser. I know that for sure.
Yeah.
But then again, this is the only Renegade Raider. Like, if you want to collect a Renegade Raider, you have to go to this set.
Yeah,
right. For Midas, you have the cracked ice, you have the hollows, you have the optichrome, then you have the laser. So it's just an interesting thing. I don't know. It's just something to think about.
Yeah, because I think that when people realize what okay, if just hypothetically speaking, for Series 3 with this Midas laser, if the blasters get to $75, do you understand how risky it is to open that? Like that is like
same thing for Reloaded.
I don't know.
You know how expensive those boxes are?
Yeah, but I don't
boxes
think it's the
here
same.
in the US, it's pretty expensive.
Yeah.
I've spent a lot of money on Reloaded, guys. Granted, I have so many Reloaded cards I bought, but I'm just saying, it's just like to get them to the US, to open them, get a good card, go and get it graded. That's a lot of money
for sure.
Versus buying a case for $300 on eBay for the blasters.
Yeah, and I think that I think for me, this can be, and this is not even like a biased take. Y'all know how I felt about the lasers from jump. I just knew this was going to be a problem. I think this is going to be very interesting to watch, and along, like Dylan, like you said, along with the Reloaded Renegade Raider as well. I think it's going to be very interesting to watch because they kind of do have the same story. You know what I mean? They do have the same story of how hard it is to have that card, but that Midas laser, bro, that is the most intriguing thing to me in this world. It really is, like, because just everything's going against you with that card. Everything's going against you with that card, and so I'm interested to see how that plays out.
I think some of them don't have eye appeal. I'd have to disagree with the Renegade Raider though. That one looks fire,
But
in my opinion. I like it though.
That's what JT is saying. That's kind of what I was getting at in the aspect of two different sets.
Yeah.
Renegade Raider card looks nice, but it's just a different. It's a complete different.
It's a
thing
complete different like eye appeal.
Yeah,
I get it. It's not shiny,
yeah.
and everyone is about the shiny right now.
Yeah.
Long term, I don't. This is the only Renegade Raider, and
Mhm.
having a 10, I would trade a Midas Laser 10 for a reloaded Renegade Raider 10.
That's insane.
I don't think that's insane. I'd do that trade. I'd also trade my Midas Laser for an Aura Cracked Ice, but that's neither here
I'll
nor
say
there.
that was. I'm not gonna lie. When I sent them my Midas lasers, and I legit thought they were gonna be 10s. Bro, it was right along with Aura, where I'm like, if this get a 10, this is not going anywhere because that's how sure I was. Obviously, they got 9s. That's all good. But
they're all basic cards though, guys. All cards are basic cards.
No, don't do that. Don't do that.
Come on now.
No, you don't do that.
No,
it's a difference.
Y'all want me to show you guys some expensive cards that are just base cards?
Yeah, but basic is you know what they mean by basic though. It's a
All right, take a rain check, guys. If y'all get a Renegade Raider 10 and I have a Midas 10, I'll gladly trade that. I'll die on this hill.
This is, bro.
I'll
it's
die
like
on it.
because the thing is, don't get me wrong. Renegade Raider and Midas obviously has a lot more potential storyline wise, and that's technically could not be true. I mean, Renegade Raider has storyline, and she could have more. So we don't know yet on that end.
Both of those, I think both of those have equal opportunity.
But if you're one thing, I think one thing you're also is hard on your end as well because you value the cracked ice Midas over the laser Midas.
But I don't value it over the Midas 10 laser. Like I get the value wise. I like the cracked ice more. Yeah. I do agree that based on the pop report, the Midas laser 10s could be worth if the hobby goes in that direction. Yeah, like if the general public likes lasers, then it can easily topple it. I get that.
But it's the weird part about because I do think that the Renegade Raider, when it comes to a PSA 10, is gonna be tough. But bro, I just think like this Midas card is in a blaster box, bro. That just takes it to a whole nother, like that small blaster box, one hit. If you get the hit, more than likely is going to be off centered or it's going to have some condition sensitive thing, just like the Renegade Raider. But you may have, if you get a case or if you get a box, you may have 1 or 2 chances, or you may have 8 chances, whatever, depending on how you do. But that Midas Laser and Renegade one is going to be fun to watch over time.
But the next set sticker will not be an official Panini set. It won't be part of the first run of cards. Like we have to start thinking about this. Like all the Panini cards are now like the first era of Fortnite cards.
Yeah.
Oh, you have Panini Fortnite? Oh, that's crazy. That's super rare. That's what we're talking about. This is the first and only Panini Renegade Raider.
Now, and also on your end, I will say this though: the more Renegades that's slabbed, the more Renegade Raider reloaded that's slabbed, is going to intrigue that market a little bit more. So let's hypothetically speak, even if it's not a lot of 10s, if it hits 100 graded, and let's say there's 3 10s, right? That market is going to change a little bit because there's going to be a little bit more transactions that happen. I still think it can't touch the Midas Laser, but they are both very rare and they'll probably be very scarce as well down the road. I think I see the Renegade Raider as one of those cards that have extremely high pop report, but that 10 is extremely low.
Yeah, that's exactly.
But Midas, on the other hand, I just don't see that number in general being high.
No, like, I can see that point.
Yeah.
But I just don't know if that is gonna like translate to high enough value to compete with the 10s of, do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because Midas is gonna have the cracked ice as another like high value card and the Optichrome, right? potentially hollow. I think it's gonna be hard for the Laser 10 to compete with all those different parallels. Versus the Renegade Raider, the only parallel you're looking for is the PSA 10.
I
Um,
see it.
MC, I really
Yeah.
hope we hit a 10. Like, guys, I don't have a PSA 10 Renegade Raider anymore, so this is
hmm
just what I think. I'm super like excited about trying to get another one. I might have to rip some more. Um, but like I hope you guys get some 10s. I just telling you guys what I think. MC, I really hope you get one. It
Yeah.
could change. Like you said, there's lots of Renegade Raiders out there. So if this pop report goes up to like 100, 200 for Renegade Raiders,
hmm
that could change the whole dynamic. Like what if someone sends in and gets like 10 of them in 10s?
Yeah. Because
I don't know.
I guess that's the thing as well. That is where it gets interesting is kind of what you were saying. If well, how many Renegade Raiders is out there, right? If it
Yep.
hits 300 on the pop report, let's just hypothetically say if it hits 300 on the pop report and Renegade Raider is like at 15, it's gonna be a conversation starter for
It's
sure.
definitely going to be.
And but to your other point, I think it's the other way around. I think it's going to be hard for including cracked ice. I think cracked ice, Optichrome, all of those are going to be hard to compete with the Midas laser. I think undoubtedly Midas laser is number one out of those parallels. This is
In
the
in
only
my
time that's going to happen.
collection, in my
Yeah,
collection, if I had to choose, I couldn't sell them.
yeah,
I'd rather have a PSA 10 Renegade Raider than a laser.
yeah. I understand that. Yeah, it's see even like this, like even what Bob said. Bob said Midas ice, laser, opti, Midas reloaded, which I almost agree with that order completely. Besides, I'll put the laser over the Midas Ice. I think that's what
See,
people are going to realize.
see, this is an interesting thing because I try to think about this
This
too
is
because
interesting.
um series Midas Reloaded is his technically his first card, right?
hmm
And I think about this, but it was only like a year later that it came out,
hmm
right? So it's not that big of a difference, and you get like the shiny cards and stuff like that. Now Renegade Raider, it's been out like now at least 2 to 3 years, and
Yeah,
we might not get another set, right?
yeah,
So that's why I value Renegade Raider so high. Plus, Renegade Raider means a lot to the game.
hmm
But for the cards that have other cards in the sets, that's a little bit more difficult conversation. And like I would probably agree with Bob here.
hmm yeah. It's one of those things where we understand that Midas' first card is in Reloaded, but we also understand how we view shiny cards, and
Yeah,
this
100%.
it kind
It's
of
the
goes to what
thing.
you were saying. Yeah, it's
No,
the
it
thing.
is a thing. I get
Yeah,
it. Like I
yeah,
only really collect cracked dice cards, right?
yeah, yeah,
Renegade Raider is a badass looking base card though.
yeah,
That's all I have
yeah,
to say. It like
yeah,
although if it was in like the Lux cracked dice color,
yeah.
it would be
Oh my
sick.
goodness, it would be
That would be
insane.
fire, but it looks really good in the, Reloaded. There's a couple skins like that. The really, like, old looking ones, like Jonesy, I think would look great in Reloaded, graded.
Mhm.
Um, the, season 1 card, I think would look great.
Yeah, and yeah, Kari, I agree with Dylan on that. You know, for sure. I think Kari, I think the thing is though, it's still separate. Like you could disperse your money, but what do you want? It's like because okay, when I first collect, I won't even say the name because I feel like we say the same cards a lot all the time.
Mhm.
But you come in wanting cracked dice. Now you may settle for a hollow, you may settle for a base, an optichrome, but your goal is this. So I'm kind of going for the goal more compared to what the market availability is. What is your end goal? Is your end goal to get that laser, or do you just want a Midas card? I think it's going to be a lot more people that want the laser than just having a Midas card in the collection because that's a super fan that doesn't have a lot of income that's just gonna want a card. And then I think a lot of people that's in the market, they're gonna want that scarce rare card of a laser. Yes, you only have Renegade Raider, but I do think that it still comes into play of what card you technically want.
Yeah. I mean now, I mean, I get where everybody's coming from,
Yeah.
and I'm always gonna be on that
It's
hill
a
that
but it's a good conversation. I think that
I will also say this, is that if you look at other hobbies,
mhm,
and if you look at sets that get 0 attention,
yeah,
sometimes you'll see a correlation where that value goes up a few years later when shiny has been overdone, right? Because we've been chasing shiny for so long, and then they just want a renegade rated card, and like styles change and things like that change. But I've seen sets like spike in price, but that no one wanted before, but now they want it, but they can't find it. I think Reloaded has that chance to be that kind of set.
Yeah, good point. I don't. I know what you're talking about because that does happen.
Yeah.
I don't know if that happens in this instance, but like we said, anything can technically happen. These sets are big, as in 300, 200. What is it, 232? But it's not a lot of Fortnite cards. Period. And these are the only Fortnite cards. But that's a good comparison.
Real quick sticker.
Yeah.
100%. The only time that the rarity matters are in base cards. And so the aura base is like huge print run, right? Because it's an uncommon card and like they're just stuffed in those packs. Any legendary card is gonna be hard to pull in base.
Yeah.
That's 100% agree. Who are you talking about? You're talking about Bob?
Yeah, because this is, I mean, I don't know, man. I think what could really help this conversation and what would change this conversation. Go ahead.
Real quick, I'm not talking about the full set Reloaded. Like you can't collect it like that. You can't just go and buy a full set. Like that's not the way to collect, in my opinion. You could. They're all going to be damaged.
You saying that's not? You're saying clarify. I know what you're saying, so just clarify it.
So, like when I'm talking about like this is going to be a set that goes up in value, I'm kind of talking about sealed, right? And like single card wise, like really good condition. So Reloaded matters about the condition, not about like completed sets. Like you might want to complete a set, but that's something you have to do on your own, right? Because if you just buy a set off eBay, like it might be $150 now, but that's what I would spend in 5 years. I'd spend $150 because you don't know what you're getting in a full set.
Right.
Like you're talking about graded or sealed product for Reloaded. I think this is not investment advice, but I think that has the potential to raise in value in the future.
And what I will say is, I do think we see it happening now. I think this is the first strong moment that Reloaded is having. I do think there's going to be 2 to 3 more in the next 3 to 5 years like this, because it's understanding. Because I guess to the point that you had just a little bit ago, if you do get priced out of Midas in Series 3, you do have that opportunity in the Reloaded set. Whether I do think it's going to be in last place when it comes to which is more important. But that Midas is in there. You have Meowsco, so it is a great set for those opportunities. Even BK is in there, but I think that Reloaded is going to have a couple moments that's going to make people realize what value it has.
So let me put this like theory into you guys' head, right? All right, let's say like we got some kids who start collecting, or young adults that start collecting, right? They get into the hobby and they're like, hey, where can I get a Renegade Raider card? And was like Reloaded.
Yeah.
Now Renegade Raider is going to get that question. Guaranteed. New people coming to the hobby are going to ask, where can I get a Renegade Raider? Do you agree?
Yeah.
And they're gonna have to go to Reloaded. So like I don't see it as people like them like resulting to Reloaded. They have to go there if they want that card and some other cards. And I think Renegade Raider is one of those skins and cards that benefits the most from that. They know the name. It's gonna have people looking for it. If you go ask kids like what's the best Fortnite skin, a lot of them are gonna say Renegade Raider. Yeah. It's kind of like the Black Knight thing. It's like, hey, where can I get Black Knight? They're gonna say Series 1.
No.
If Renegade Raider wasn't in Reloaded, I would 100% agree. But since that's the only place you can find Renegade Raider, a lot of people are going to be ending up looking for Reloaded because of that.
Yeah. And the truth pill comes in at, once again, it was said earlier, the truth pill comes in. What you won't get from that is the wow factor. You'll have the card, but you won't have the wow factor. And that is a lot of
the shiny wow factor.
Yeah, and I think that is, so that collector that you're talking about, they're going to be unique because they're going to be brought in by that card, and then they're going to fall in love probably with the rest of the cards, which is just an entry point. So I do think that what Renegade has going for her is she's going to be a great conversation starter, and she's going to be a rare card. So it does have that. I just think the wow factor is missing from it. That doesn't mean it's a hard thing. Yeah,
I think we're talking like in like a few years down the line. Like this is not going to be a fast thing, and like I think we're going to see a big Renegade Raider sale. Like and like she'll be on some list out there, and they'll see the sale. So when they look up Renegade Raider, they'll see she's Reloaded, and they'll see the price tag, and that will be the wow factor. versus like the shiny card wow factor.
Right,
I think it'll be a different wow factor that's going to be needed. So that's why it's going to be like further down the line.
Now,
And
to
then,
add on to your moment, go ahead. I got you
no,
after.
I was just going to say, and that all depends on how many tins come up
Right.
and what they sell for.
Yeah.
To get to that wow factor.
For sure. And to add on to yours, the way I look at it, you look at it from that standpoint when it came to like the kids asking for it, which is a great one because that's going to happen for sure. Another way I look at it is if you look at all these auction houses, what happened? When you see the auction houses and they're doing a conversation of these the premieres and all of this, you get these obscure cards. It's like, okay, these are the 3 major sets, but did you know in between Series 1 and Series 2 that this card, that's where I see Renegade Raider, and that's where I think her major moment is going to happen. She is a fringe, obscure card that it takes you a while to be in the hobby to finally be like, wait a second, what about this set? Or this set is interesting. I've never seen this set. We've seen it happen recently over the past 3 months with new collectors coming into the Fortnite collecting group on Facebook. It's one of those sets that is a surprise. It's a slow grow, and I think that's where Renegade Raider is going to have her value down the road when it comes to like obscurity.
Yeah, I mean, I get that many people aren't like collecting Reloaded, Bob, but I can almost guarantee you that people are going to collect Renegade Raider. Like if you're a true fan, like if you've been there, you're going to want a Renegade Raider if you're a collector. Now the question is, for those collectors, like they're coming in, like, is this going to grow into like people who were there since the beginning and collect Fortnite? Or is the hobby going to be made up of just collectors, people who like to collect cards?
Right. That's a good question.
That's a good question. Like, what is the hobby going to be made up of in the future? Is it going to be diehard fans that were there since the beginning? Or is it going to be card collectors?
And I think it can go either way.
Right now, it's card collectors.
Yeah.
Right now, most of the hobby are pure card collectors. There's not many of us that are like Rob and I who are diehard day one fans and card collectors. Like we have both sides. I think 75% of the hobby right now is card collectors who fell in love with ripping Fortnite.
Yeah. Yeah. And this is a good point. Randy. This is one of those things that's very interesting.
Yep.
Because but I will say this though, in the grand scheme of it, it plays into exactly what there's hard Jordan collectors that has those 90s inserts, and then they have an 86 flare in their set just to round it out. Then it's ones where it's like, I'm never going to be able to compete with them 90 inserts. So the 86 Jordan flare is where I want to be. I want to have something like that in my collection. And that's the conversations that I think we need to be having more of. What is going to be the ones where it's a settle because you can't do this? And then I think that's where the 86 Jordan flare comes in at, because those 90s inserts is the king when it comes to the Jordan cards.
Yeah, it's just like when I'm thinking about it, now that Panini's not doing Fortnite cards no more, this is the only Fortnite Panini Renegade Raider card, and that's what does it for me. At first, it was this is going to be the rookie card, which was awesome, but now it's the only Panini card, and it's set in stone for me for that. Like thinking about that, that's like killing at me.
That is a major thing. That's something
a major thing to me.
That's something you can't overlook. The fact that because that was always the conversation. So far, there's only one Renegade Raider card, but now it's like, hold on. So far, it might be the only one ever besides the prototype. And so that does add to it because she is that in the game. So back to the conversation of card collector versus, what the demographic will be. I see it can go both ways. I truly do see a place where even if they're strictly card collectors, they adapt to understanding the game. And
when movies come out and comics come out, it's going to be much easier.
Yeah. And I think that's where it's going to get unique. So if that demographic of gamers don't come in, I do think that people will adapt to understanding the way the Fortnite game operates. Don't mean they have to live and die by it, but I do think that aspect is going to be more important down the road.
And I'm not trying to convince any of you guys to go out and buy Renegade Raider. I don't think reloaded cards are going to sell very well right now. It's not investment advice. I'm just talking about like how I'm collecting what I think. So please take this with a grain of salt. Collect how you guys want to collect. I'm just telling you guys what I've been thinking about. And like the whole Panini thing, not doing it. And now you have like Meow Schools. You've got Renegade Raider. You have all these different skins that people may want in the future in a 10. So, I mean, I don't want to like harp on Renegade Raider because like I have
Yeah.
a bunch. Like I've got a bunch, guys. I have a lot
Yeah.
of 9s. I gave a lot away on the episode last week. If you haven't watched,
Mhm.
you can go back and watch how many we gave away. So I mean, it's just something to think about.
Yeah.
If you guys don't like how it looks, that's up to you guys. That's fine.
Yeah. And Bob, this is a good point. I will say, something that's very interesting is the junk wax era, but more than anything, the '90s inserts is the interesting part because you have the atomics, you have the refractors, you have the PMGs. But when you look at the baseball aspect, I mean they all were not technically shiny. They were base. Even some of the older basketball and football is secondary in this conversation. But yeah, it's a thing. It's gonna be very interesting.
I mean, just look how fire this card looks in the SGC.
Yeah. And then thank you, Dylan, for the investment advice.
No, there is no investment advice.
This is also this Matt Silverman right here. Uh, I mean, me and Dylan both said this. We're not great at. Even though I think I'm finally in the realm of being able to keep sealed product, but I think sealed product is always a W. I think it's gonna even if it doesn't go up from this specific auction, it's always gonna be the sure thing when it comes to the whole big picture of everything.
I was
So
gonna make a whole episode about this. I talked to you
yeah,
about that. I haven't
yeah,
had time. But like I've been trying to think about it in like terms of like investment or whatever. This is not investment advice, but like comparing it to like investment market and stuff like that. Like sealed product is like it's almost like a mutual fund. That joint's just going to go up right
yeah,
over time
yeah, yeah,
because people are going to want to rip it, and you can't find more of it. Right? It's going to have the least amount out there versus the single cards.
yeah,
And it's safe. Like you could have anything in there, right?
mm-hmm.
Lots of potential. It's very safe,
Yeah,
right? So I think right now is a good price. I think the Series 3 boxes at retail price right now.
mm-hmm.
I mean, plus $5 shipping and stuff, but pretty much retail price.
Mm-hmm.
Series 2 pretty cheap too. It's like I think sealed's great. I just can't. I think
Yeah,
reloaded is great sealed.
yeah,
You know how rare it's gonna be to find reloaded. That's
mm-hmm.
not like messed up.
Yeah,
Like most boxes came messed up.
mm-hmm.
So like I wanted to buy some sealed boxes and I bought a few boxes and then I ripped them all. So he may be in a space to like, keep sealed. I'm still not. I just love to
Yeah.
rip cards.
I definitely am. I've told y'all that. I have a big series one list of cards that I want singles wise, but none of them are rush cards besides one, and that's drift. And obviously, we all know how drift
Yeah,
moves in this market. So
I do think the price
yeah,
is gonna go up, guys, but I can't profit that way. It's just not me. I tried.
yeah, it's one of those. It's one of those things where it's a undoubtable it's undoubtedly the best way to make sure you're making the right decisions. You know, I
Yeah.
think I believe in seal collecting a lot. Uh,
I
obviously,
mean,
we know a lot of seal collectors out here, and I think it's the
this might be
surety.
might be controversial, but like the word sealed collector, really they're sealed investors because they plan to sell, right?
Well, that's the I think
Because
I
there's
don't
some people who
know.
like to buy stuff like Black Ash has the sealed games,
Yeah.
right? And that's like I feel like that's a collection,
Hmm.
right? Now, like the sealed product, right? That's more like investment side for me, right? Because even if I had it like a sealed collection, unless I'm like one of those big guys who likes to rip like once a month, like all this stuff,
Hmm.
then I would consider that. But if you plan to sell it, I don't even see it as like a collection. Like my cards, I can plan to sell and collect because I
Hmm.
can look at them and see them. And I have them. That's part of my collection. I'm doing something. But when it's a sealed collection, it's more like a sealed investment to me.
Yeah, I think I agree with that, Bob. It's the artwork, but
Mm,
another angle, another this is definitely a thing, but another angle is this. Um, Nat Turner changed my mind on this. It was a couple years ago. He did an interview with Cardboard Chronicle, and Nat Turner had his sealed collection up there. But this was like he had, let's just hypothetically say a number. He had 50 of each product, right? And he
mhm.
would just be like, it was a long week, so I'm gonna just rip a box. So I think the potential of future value of keeping it sealed. And if you really have a major collection, that random day that you just feel good, or just the
Yeah,
potential of being able to
I
rip
like
down
that.
the road, I
Mhm.
think that's the interesting part about it, the sealed aspect and the fact that you could rip it down the road if you want to because you have enough. I think that's the unique part about seal collecting that intrigues me a lot.
Yeah, MC, I don't know. I don't know how you stay strong.
I know how
Like,
he has it. He
well,
got
I know how
he
he
got
has it too. You're
that
never
triple
home.
threat. He got that. You got that. I mean, MC. That's what I applaud of yours. The work you did in the beginning to have that three-peat, and then because when you got a three-peat the way he does, and then you
Mhm.
got that seal just chilling. I mean, I get it. That the work you did in the beginning is applauded because that you are in a position where you literally can do whatever you want. You can keep it completely sealed, rip it, whatever you want to do.
What you
Like
should
that.
do is keep it sealed to like a very special birthday. I don't know how old you are, MC, like your
Yeah,
40th birthday, 50th
yeah,
birthday.
it is.
Keep that joint sealed and then just like
Yep.
fall out.
And then your birthday is terrible because you pull some. But during that era,
It
though,
can't
that
be
card it can
ripping a
never be
case
terrible.
is
Yeah,
fun as hell. Come
yeah,
on, at that time,
yeah.
MC is a legend. We gotta get you on MC. We gotta do some kind of
Yeah,
interview, man.
something. I think whenever you're back home or whenever you have time, you're a busy man. So we definitely got to have that. Uh, also, with this, where was it at? I think Lane said it. Oh, Lane, it's interesting for MC now because he has three BK USA shards, plus I think he has Italy and maybe Brazil as well.
Mhm.
After this
He's
auction,
got some auras in there too.
they going head crack you. My goodness, you might have to send that. I don't know how that's gonna go. With those, you might have to send them sporadically or go walk in or something. But rated BKs aren't going to be too fun anymore.
So if you guys are, we are all going to the
Yeah,
national in July. I was talking to this. Who was I talking? Maybe was it Kari? Was it you? But I think it was Kari. But we were talking about maybe we should do like a trade. Like everyone should bring one card. We should do like a mystery, like a white elephant, but for
oh,
card
that's dope.
trading,
Yeah,
right? So like you pick a random name, and you have to bring a card to trade.
oh, that'd be fun.
I'm thinking through that, but I want to see how many people are going. So if you're going to the national, let me know. I want to see how many people are going. See if we can do like a meetup. A
Yeah,
big trade night would be kind of cool.
yeah, for sure. I think that'll be fun. Black Ash at
Yeah, like a
83s.
Secret Santa.
83s.
I think that would be dope.
That
I don't know how we would do it, but
yeah, I think
we have
that'll
to
be
figure
fun.
that out, right?
Yeah.
And value. Do we do it based on value wise?
Mm, probably like a value range.
Yeah, yeah. Give it a value
Yeah,
range.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna end up being very generous, probably.
Or is it? Yeah, Lane, I know, but I mean, when do we send it in though? Like, when do you send in your three Black Knight USA Crystal Shards at this point? It's just I'll have to walk mine in at this point. I ain't even gonna lie, or do it in person at like the national or something.
This is what happened to Rob and I, Lane,
Yes, last
last year.
year.
Rob and I both wanted to go to the
Yep.
national, and we were both had babies due in
What were we?
July,
Were we 2 weeks or 3 weeks apart?
but something like that, 2 or
Yeah,
3.
yeah. There
My
was.
daughter was ended up being born in
Yeah,
August.
I tried to. Yeah, it was no way I was squeezing it. Me and Dylan was talking. I'm like, bro, I can't pull this off. There's no way. Like, my daughter came July 16th, so it was a wrap for me.
No, 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 no. You don't bring your whole collection. I was thinking that we bring one card.
Yeah, yeah. I'm definitely not bringing a lot of cards.
Yeah, yeah. So like for like the trade night is I'm thinking like a Secret Santa kind of thing where like you you pick people get batched up and they have to bring a card random to trade or something.
Yeah,
That's kind of what I was thinking.
for sure. That Daniel say he'll get a. Daniel say he'll get a
That'd be
spatula.
messed up. That'd be
That
messed
that
up.
yeah.
Like if somebody gets me, I'll give them a decent skin. To be honest,
For the auction ends. Yeah, Bob. I that's what I'm saying. Like, definitely because when that auction ends,
you talking about the
it's
Black
over.
Knight?
Yeah, just with MC sending in his three Black Knights, it's just like
It's too late now.
it's too late. It is. It is. I mean, and too late in the terms of the beautiful time frame you had. That's definitely gone.
Do we want to do a trade night too?
Yeah. Well, we definitely
Yeah.
we're
You know what
yeah
we? All right. So if you guys are not part of the forum, this is what we're gonna do.
yeah
All right. This is some is going to be the only way that we can really do this. Go to FortniteCards.com, join the discussion in the top right, and we have the discussion here. Let's create a new thread here for trade night at the National.
Mm-hmm.
So we can all post the cards that we might bring to trade, and we can talk there, and then we can all bring a whole bunch of cards. That way you don't have to bring your whole collection, but you can kind of gauge.
But
like you can be like, these are some of the cards I'm thinking about bringing. Is anybody else looking to trade and stuff like that? That way we know what to bring.
Yeah.
So either I'll create the discussion, or Kari, if you want to, or someone wants to create a trade discussion on the forum, we can do that, because I think that would be fun. Let me know. Like, I'll look at that thread to see if anybody's bringing any cards I want to go.
Yeah,
I want to go and trade with.
I think that'll be great.
That'll be fun.
Yeah, so I think, MC, I think we all were wondering why you took so long to grade some of them, but we also understood your work life. So that's what I assumed it was. Just the work life, and then, you know, that coming back and you not being home. I couldn't imagine that. I'd be home and I'd be nervous about.
I mean, you sent in like a couple of cards and lost them.
Yeah,
Imagine
2
how.
cards. I sent in a Black Knight Hollow and a Lux Crystal Shard, and they lost it. So I understand that. But yeah, I did. I was like, at least 1 BK, but it's all good. You still got them. Yeah, it's no rush besides price wise, but other than that, it's no
but
rush.
you're gonna
You have 'em.
recoup. You're gonna recoup the price.
But he holding. So that's.
Yeah, but still, like.
Oh, you mean you know what I mean? Like
by grading such a big card.
Yeah.
And then again, you have to keep. Yeah, I get what you're saying.
No, sticker for sure. Like, I know MC is definitely
he's like Batman, man.
He's like Batman on here. We definitely gotta have that conversation, because even
like, what do you insure it for though? Like unlimited potential.
Man,
I was nervous when we sit in my my black and white comic.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, come on, because Matt sent it in for us, so then he had to receive it, and then he had to ship it back out to us. I was just like sweating bullets trying to get that thing.
Yeah, Lane is definitely right with this. Just because, I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's so many different ways you can look at it. Like, I think if MC wants them graded,
I'd take him to the National. Like Bob's saying here.
Yeah, in person, something.
Meet us at the National, MC. Come on, July.
Take a little bit of just take a second, and definitely, because I think having those graded, understanding the exact grade you have, especially with the investment that you put in, even if it was low, you did a lot of work in that beginning. So I think that'll be very, very.
Because whenever you insure for shipping, it's really, you have to go to like a third party, I think, because like those shipping companies, even if you put in down that value and pay extra, they don't actually value that,
because they honored mines. They honored mines, but that level of what we're talking about, that's a whole different conversation.
Yeah, like they rarely go over one. I think I tried to do like 2,000-3,000 before, and like I had to do all this stuff, and someone told me like it's not even gonna be insured for that much.
Mine's just 2,300, so I got my 2,300 back. But I'll just say this: I don't know how many people is gonna go as hard as I did. I went to USPS probably every day for 30 days, and they did not like me in there. I haven't been back to that one. I'm pretty sure that guy can see me in his nightmares at this point, because they had me pissed off. But that's a whole other conversation for another day.
Yeah, you definitely got to take him to the National. I know that Black Ash took his to the National and got a 9.5 BGS there.
Yep.
So just a thought on that. If you can get off, because we'd love to have you there.
Yeah, for sure, Kari. I agree with this. Oh, and the national podcast, yeah, sticker. That'd be crazy if we had MC live on a national podcast.
And we should do the trade night live somehow.
Oh yeah, we can do that. We could do that.
I mean, that would be fun.
Yep. We could
definitely figure out how to do
that. And we definitely will be prepared for next year's. So it's Cleveland next year, right? Is it Cleveland next year? Yeah, it's Cleveland next year. Yeah. Quote, somebody correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it's Cleveland next year.
Gosh, I hope we have a new set out by then.
I know.
I mean, I'd be happy getting mine done at like SGC. PSA is such a scam for the freaking upcharges, I swear.
Yeah, Cleveland next year. Yeah, that's gonna be a fun one.
Yeah, we did predictions, Lane. We had it up here earlier.
Yeah.
Some people thought it was gonna stay exactly the same, Black Ash.
I
Some
can't.
people
Yeah.
thought 40 to 50,000. I said around 35,000.
Yeah.
Bro, you're in like the
I'm
40
gonna I'm gonna
range,
go
right?
I'm gonna go 45 to 48. That's
I was thinking like 35,000, but we'll see.
yeah. That's
I
I'm
think it can go. I think it can go as high as it wants to go. To be
yeah.
honest, but
Because I know I'm high. I know I'm high in the
yeah,
grand scheme of things or the way it looks right now. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. If you haven't though, me and Dylan was talking. We didn't have too much time to talk about it, but we're thinking of going live for the extended bidding for PWCC because if y'all never experienced that, I watch it all the time. It's amazing to watch, especially the big and premier cards.
I've never watched. So
Oh yeah, this
So what's
is
the actual day here? 5 days and 22 hours. Is that Saturday night?
Saturday. I think that might be Saturday. Wait, my phone. Oh shoot.
Oh no, I guess I'm wrong. 5 days.
5 days.
I'm
No, that
so
would be right.
stupid.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4. Was it Wednesday?
Is that Wednesday or third? I
No,
can't remember.
it's gotta be Thursday. So Thursday night, it'd be a night early for the live.
Yeah.
I'd be down
So
to if you guys want us to go live, we'll go live. I think that'll be fun.
yeah, that'll be
Can you
fun.
guys make what time Thursday though? 22 hours.
So
So
it
the 2 hours
start.
ago. 9? 9
Yeah,
o'clock?
and then it
9
just
p.m.
yeah. Then so if that's it'll be a late live.
That'll
I
be
mean,
an
it would
early
be
live.
it would be an early light to start. I don't know because it's out of our hands of how long the auction goes.
Yeah.
It's just but I think that'll be fun to watch Thursday. So I think that'll be fun to watch. Bob says he's leaning towards low 30s. Technically, with the buyer premium, is pretty close to that already. Uh, so it'll be interesting to see how many extended bids it gets because it's windows. So if it gets into the next window, um, I'm interested. I don't think I think nobody's wrong. I can see it being low 30s, and like Dylan said, it's really it could go any type of way, really. But I'm interested. I'm thinking 40s at least.
I mean, I hope it does something crazy. That'd be. I mean, the more interest we get in the Fortnite cards, the better.
Hmm.
Um, but then again, who knows? We just have to wait and see.
And Bob, I feel you on the perfect copy aspect, but as you know, because this is something you big on as well. How many times you gonna be able to get your hand on this if you are in that ballpark? If you
Yeah,
can
that's
play
true.
this game, how many chances are you gonna get to play it?
Yeah,
And that's
if you
yeah,
can play this game, it's worth grabbing it now while you
yeah.
have
And
the
then
chance. That's
and
true.
then if another opportunity comes up, you can maybe make a move on there. But if you're in this type of circle, if you can do this type of thing, it's one of those things like, yo, you got to get in your collection while you can, especially before the next one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's true.
especially because let's be real. Let's be real. I don't know if Daniel Roy is still in here. Pretty much everybody in this chat, we know most of the people that have these.
Yeah.
It's probably like three wild cards in there that we don't know who has the card. But based off the people that have the cards, we don't know how long this is going to be until we see another one. Yeah, yeah, Bob. The BGS 9.5 was actually in great condition. In great condition as that person got a steal as well. Whoever brought that one. Um, but yeah, I guess we'll have to find out.
I mean, it is a great looking car. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, it's bro that BK man. Oh my goodness. The pose really works well for this one as well.
Daniel says
Yeah.
all tens are accounted for.
See, I knew that. I'm glad Daniel was in here because that's something that I was paying attention to as well, and I know Daniel went deep into it. So we pretty much know who had the tens, especially after the 10 that was like this 10 going up now is that's going to change a lot. It could go into somebody's hands that we don't know of, obviously, but we kind of understand where that 10 market is. So I don't know when the next time we'll see one.
It's exciting stuff. I'm just glad it's this high already with this low market. I
Yeah,
mean, I think
yeah.
I'm one of the only ones that's this impressed that it's already at 24,000 5 days ago.
Yeah, Daniel, I even know more. Is me and Dylan and Black Ash met somebody that has a raw BK as well last
Mm.
year FNCS.
I think he's in this chat. I think.
Yeah, I think he is. I don't know if he still is,
I'm
but
not gonna call him out.
yeah,
But I think he was in this chat, and I think he has a Black Knight.
yeah. So I mean, and I'm pretty sure it's more out there that we don't know of. Obviously, it's kind of impossible for it not to be, but we know most of the market. That's the crazy thing. That's how early we
Well,
are.
that's how small the hobby is,
Yes.
guys. That's what we need to keep reiterating. The
Hmm.
hobby is small, right? So the cards on top may not actually be the cards on top in the future. That's why
Right.
I was
Right.
so big on Aura, right? Because like if
Yeah.
we get like 5, 10,000 people in here, who knows? Or like if your favorite skin is, let me pick a different one. Rob, help me out here. Pick another one. Like Drift.
Drift,
If you're a
yeah.
big fan of Drift, like Drift like overtakes shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I'm not. I like the Drift card. I have Drift the skin. I'm not a huge fan of Drift, but
Yeah.
I know people are, right? So
Yeah.
like he could overtake it if we get an influx of collectors.
Yeah.
Um, it's just exciting to be this early, in my opinion.
It's yeah, and I agree. I agree with Daniel. It's definitely less than 50 out there. It's this is very interesting because it's one of those things where Dylan, we talk about it all the time. When you're especially like on eBay with like Probes thing, right?
Hmm.
When you're bidding on an auction, you know who you're going against more than not.
Okay,
Like it's inevitable, like
me
or you have an understanding.
specifically,
Yeah,
I'm always going against the same person.
yeah,
Black Ash and I are always bidding on the same exact cards.
yeah.
I swear, like I'll buy something at the last second like this, and I'll get a message from Black Ash like, "You didn't." And I'll be like, "I did."
But
Like,
it's in the like it's even crazier like when the Lux auction that I lost where I went all out for that one and I still
mhm,
lost, right? You know which one I'm talking about.
yeah,
I know the people that won it and I was right. I was like, it's either one, two, or three.
yeah,
And it was literally one of them. And I'm like,
mhm.
thank God it was one of them because it helped me out down the road. But I'm like, that's the crazy thing. You kind of know who you're going against. That's how small this hobby is.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, we're getting to late, so I did discover something recently, and I don't know, it's not Fortnite related. I don't know, maybe you guys want to be interested in it, but I'm going to bring it up. I went to
Okay.
GameStop today, y'all. All right, I went to Game.
Oh, Dylan must have been about to lie or something. That was crazy.
Man, I got a little excited.
Where'd you, bro? Bro was about to lie or something.
I accidentally hit my I accidentally hit my back button on
Yeah,
accident
now you good.
again. This is not that exciting.
Now
No,
you hyped it.
I overly hyped this. This is not exciting. My bad. I overhyped it. So I was at GameStop and I found a new set of trading cards. Now this is not my thing. Is
Bob.
so this is not my thing. I reiterate, I'm not a big currency person, but there are these new. It caught my eye. It's a whole new card brand, and so they're brand new. Just started in 2022, late 2022, and one
Mhm.
of their first sets they're releasing is a currency series. And I'll show them a lot of Bitcoin, but it also goes back to like the 1300s, 1600s, talking about stuff like old types of currency. Um, you got some freaking Elon Musk in here and stuff like this. They've got cracked ice, all this kind of stuff. They have some rare pools, and you can win Bitcoin. So, like you can get redeemable Bitcoins from this stuff. Um, anyway, just thought I'd bring it up as it's a new card company. The reason I'm bringing it up is because when I looked up their website and about us, it says that they based on pop culture, comic books, and gaming titles.
Mhm.
And so, like, I mean, they could eventually do Fortnite. I hope. I don't know if I really want them to, right?
Yeah.
But they did get a licensed Street Fighter set
Mhm.
that has not come out yet. So, and they do cracked ice. They do like here's the cracked ice version. Hopefully, you can
Mhm.
see that. Let me zoom in. That's like the cracked ice card.
Okay.
But yeah, basically they do right. They have different sets based on pop culture and games and stuff like that.
Mhm.
So I don't know how I feel about it. I don't really care for the crypto stuff, but I thought that a new card company was interesting. You can also find them on the GTS distributors here. Um, So they're brand new and they're starting to create, and it looks like they're backed by good money because they got a Capcom investment, or they were able to get the contract for Capcom.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know what you guys think. I'm not really excited about it, but like they are getting licensed stuff. Would you guys rather them do Fortnite cards? Would you guys rather Zero Cool do Fortnite cards? They have like no following. They just started.
Yeah.
The company just started. They have like 20 followers, but they're already in GameStop and they have Capcom license. So they're moving pretty fast.
Yeah. I think I'm still on the upper deck train, but this is interesting though.
I
think
mean,
it
I
is.
would much rather like a verified, like already
Yeah.
in place company, but
Yeah.
they're focusing legit on games and pop culture.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's what they're going to be doing.
If like if Fortnite doesn't attempt it on their own or bring somebody in, I definitely think that Upper Deck is properly suited for this. This is interesting, especially with it being a new company for sure.
Hmm. Yeah, I'd be scared. Oh, I want Fortnite to do Fortnite too. Trust me, I want Fortnite to do Fortnite. I think they
Yeah,
would knock it out of the park.
yeah, it's
But I am in lanes like anyone who does Fortnite, I'm gonna try
yeah,
it. I want
yeah,
them to succeed though,
yeah,
but at the same time, it's like I don't know. It's kind of scary seeing new companies pop up and getting licensed like this.
hmm
I don't know what to expect. I mean, it's kind of cool they did cracked ice. They have some really rare stuff. Like there was
Now,
like one. It was like a one out of 128 packs. You can get one of the cards, one of the
mhm,
parallels. Um, so that's just the Street Fighter ones. Like I'm not really like interested in any of these, but like
yeah,
I just thought I'd bring it up.
yeah. Like I think the future for I just really wish I could like talk to Upper Deck or something because I'm telling you, if I think a lot of I think dang, it's hard for me to say. I think Fanatics could do a good job. I do.
Hmm.
I do. I'm not as confident.
So
You know,
I did order the Netflix um for my daughter. She really likes what's that show called?
Stranger Things.
Stranger Things. She really likes
Yeah.
Stranger Things. So I did order a box of those from the Netflix store.
Yeah.
And it was actually a pretty cool rip, and she really enjoyed the cards, and the designs weren't that bad.
Okay.
So they were a lot better than what the other version were that I had seen previously. More artistic, and they put a little bit more work into it. They
Yeah.
still doing the stupid like red border hollows, which I hate.
Yeah.
Like make the whole thing cracked ice or something. Do something nice with it
Yeah.
instead of just changing the border. But I agree
I,
with Bob here too.
yeah.
Like
It's
I want
just
an established company. It's just I saw this, I was like, "What the heck's going on here?" And I saw they're brand new,
yeah.
and they're being distributed to GameStop, and they're doing gaming and stuff like that. So I don't know. Hopefully they don't.
Yeah, because I mean, a well established company solidifies the first three plus
Hmm.
reloaded sets and the
Yeah,
stickers as well. But it solidifies that even more. It just takes it to a whole nother
a
stratosphere,
a
especially
bad company,
yeah,
a bad company could ruin the hobby instead of
yeah,
help it by releasing
yeah,
more. I
yeah.
agree.
It's especially because I think we've talked about this. We even talked about it on live, Dylan. I think if Epic Games Fortnite wanted to do it, if they pulled the Apple or the Microsoft way or the Nike versus Adidas way, where you
Hmm.
pull out those top tier because the Epic can pay them immensely. Bring them in there and build that. But as of right now, the way we've seen it, especially with Tim Sweeney, you
Yeah,
have to have a great you have to have a great pitch. Nothing is just going through them doors right now. So that'll be
like
interesting to
MC said
see.
here, he's like, they were really strict with what Panini could do. That's what I
Yeah.
heard. They
Yep.
said they can't do redeemable clothes. They cannot market it. They can't advertise it.
hmm
Why the heck not?
Well, you see, I think if I just had to think of this from their point, not from their point of view, as if I agree with their point of view, but if I had to think of what it could be, you really lose control of that secondary market. You have no control of, which technically Fortnite has no control of any of their secondary markets when it comes
Well,
to
yeah, because they
anything.
have the toys for like
Yeah,
Hasbro.
yeah.
They have the comics through DC and through Marvel.
It's I don't know
But
what
why?
it. I have no reason. I don't know. I don't know what it could
But
be.
why would they be that strict about the trading cards?
Yeah, I don't know. That's a mystery for sure.
See, I used to think the same thing, but
Hmm.
Bob, if you look at all the stuff that they produce in house
Yeah,
for their employees
yeah.
and for their
That's
influencers,
mhm,
they have it down pat.
yeah,
I mean, I think they could easily do it. I used to be the same thing, like, why would they do that? But they've done cards. They did the soccer cards for the
yeah.
influencer. They've done all these different cool things. They do so much.
This is
Um,
this is where I'm. This is where I'm kind of at. I think it's gonna be it's gonna be a while. I really believe that, and I didn't
four
originally.
sets. These 4 sets.
Yes, 4 sets. Yeah, don't forget reloading. Yeah.
He's trying to
But
disregard the entire
yeah.
episode tonight. The
No,
four
but I
sets.
really, I really do think it's gonna be a while before we see another one because I think the right pitch has to come. The
Yeah.
right pitch has to come, and who's gonna do that the right way? Because they have to convince Epic Games. It's not about it's something that's so unique because you can't prove the secondary market, right? Like you can't
Hmm.
say BK sold for X amount because that's the secondary market. You have to prove what the
Yeah.
numbers was based off of the retail sales and all of those things. And will somebody have a strong enough argument? And I don't know. I don't know how it's gonna look. I can't really pinpoint what it could be.
What do you mean by risk? Like, I
What,
wouldn't. I'm not trying to say that they're going to do that instead of in this other stuff. If they did the cards, they would do it separately and would not put all their intention into it for sure. Um, yeah, I don't know. I mean, of
I
course, the
guess.
game and the movie and the platform come first, but I'm just saying that they have the capabilities. They do all these free stuff. They create all these different products, physical
Yeah,
products. They create a lot of it that we don't even see. Like, you probably haven't seen 90% of what they've done.
yeah,
If you go to like like in person events, you can see all the stuff that they create for their employees and all that kind of stuff. So
yeah,
I'm just saying they have the infrastructure to be able to do that.
yeah,
Do I think they should? I think they should just license it. I
yeah.
agree.
Yep,
But
yep,
I would be great if they did do it. I don't know why they were so strict. Um, I
yeah,
mean, the whole like do not advertise it thing is what gets me. Like,
yeah,
what were they afraid of? There's got to be a reason behind it. Like, Epic Games is not one of those companies that doesn't like think through its
yeah.
marketing. So I don't know. There has to be a reason.
It has to be, and I get because I get where Bob is coming from when it comes to the risk. And what I mean by that is kind of what we were talking about when it came to the way Tim Sweeney is moving now. Is it not risk as in detrimental risk, but is
Yeah,
it? I'll change the word that Bob is using. I won't change Bob words, but I'll add to it. I'll say, is it worth the time? Like
yeah,
because
I agree.
I
I don't
think I
think
think
so.
that's where it comes down to. And somebody
I
has that's it's just weird.
Business wise, I think it is worth their time to do the cards because it adds to the branding
Hmm.
and it adds to the nostalgia and it's
Yeah,
just like toys and everything like that. I
yeah,
agree though that business wise, it doesn't make sense for them to put all their like focus on that instead of
right,
just licensing it out and saying,
right.
here are the rules that you can and cannot do.
Mhm.
But like, I don't know why they're being so strict about it. It
And
doesn't
it
make any sense.
it seems as though when it comes to yeah, you know what? I keep trying to come up with it. I don't know. I don't know either. I have no idea what the restrictions are. It's just
No, I mean,
uh
I agree. It's like I mean, first of all, toys take a lot more infrastructure to create than cards.
mhm,
Cards, they buy like printer stuff, but still a lot of work and stuff.
mhm.
And they probably use third party, even if they did it in house under their own name.
Yeah,
What they would probably do is just like, because they're not going to actually print the cards, they'll probably hire a company to do it.
right,
They would do the distribution themselves.
right, right.
Now, I think they should? No, I think they should license it. It's very
Yeah.
tough.
Yeah,
I don't
license
know why they're doing it like this. It makes no
yeah.
sense.
It's very confusing, especially with uh because if you think about it, it came out 2 years after Battle Royale was established, right? 2019, twenty
Yep.
seventeen is when Battle Royale, and then I mean, you think of that short time frame. Whoever said yes back then was definitely. I can almost guarantee it's not the yes and no
Okay.
person right now. They're not the
So
clearer of that for
I
sure.
like where you're going with this logic. Okay, it starts in 2017, it blows up
Yep.
2018, right?
Mhm.
They start working on the deal. It's not like it was like that, right? Because
Right.
then it got to get printed. Then it came out in 2019.
Hmm.
So the conversations probably happened in either late 2017 or early 2018.
Hmm.
That's a really good point, and they were nowhere where they are now.
Nowhere. Nowhere. Is
Even
is
as a company, even as like a direction and a vision.
it's because you
Hmm.
think of if you think of it. Okay, let's even widen it a little bit more. If you think about the opportunities you take when you're a smaller company or when you're a less established company, and then like you said, you look back and you be like, you know what, that might not have been a move we should have made. Did they feel that about Panini? Was it Panini not the right suit for it? What were they pushing back against? Was the pitch wrong? We don't know what it was,
But
but
I feel like they knocked it out of the park.
yeah,
For
for
a
us,
gaming for a trading card hobby based on a game,
yeah,
they knocked it out the park.
they did great for no marketing. They did
Yeah.
great for no marketing. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
There's gotta be a reason. There has to be, right?
Sticker, it's a high possibility. It is. It's a high possibility that because now if what we're talking about right now is a high possibility straight off the strength of why did Fortnite not let Panini do X, Y, and Z? If that's the case, I can see it being very tough for somebody wanting to license and they approving it. I mean, we've seen it with Magic the Gathering and the DKV, but those are minor. They're
Wait a
major.
minute, wait a
It's
minute,
like I
wait a
don't know.
minute. Why I'm confused now. So they did in 2018, they did the thing. They said don't advertise it, do all that stuff. But then freaking Magic the Gathering came out pretty recently.
Yeah,
It wasn't that old, right? And they were
yeah.
able to advertise the secret layer and all that kind of stuff.
Matter of fact, okay, let's go back. Wait, let's stay right here for a second. How long do you think it took them to pitch and make this set? Did they come? They must have came to Fortnite the end of 2017, bro. Maybe even maybe the
To
beginning of
land the
2018.
contract, to get the deal, to
Yeah,
do all that kind of stuff. Yeah, it had to
that
be
had to
very
be. It
early.
had to be extremely early. So it has to be something to do with that. It has to be. I don't know what it is, but it seems as though if we look at it based off of what we're talking about right now, they knew they were going to release toys. They knew that they were going to release merch. What is this one? It must have been a couple things that they were like, kind of what Bob was saying. They could take a risk on, and the cards was probably one of them. And I just don't know if maybe they didn't like the way the response. I don't know what it could have been, but I would love to. I wish we could find somebody to talk to because it's kind of hard to understand exactly what that was, that relationship.
See, I disagree. I think Panini gets too much flack for this because like all card hobbies have issues with like print lines, all kinds of stuff like that. I
Yeah,
mean, Panini did an amazing job. Like
yeah,
this could like everyone sees Fortnite as like a kid's game and stuff like that, and they like tackled it on as like a sports type hobby, right?
hmm,
The way that it was just like the characters, it was high end design.
yeah,
Like I just showing y'all this. Y'all want to talk about like shitty when I was just talking about the currency stuff. Like if you look at like what some of this stuff could have looked like,
yeah,
do you know what I mean? Like when
yeah,
we talk about so like they did I mean they could have done like crappy stuff for the Fortnite cards.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
come on now, like Panini knocked it out of the park.
No, they did great. They did great. They really
Like,
did.
I mean, yes, some of the cards have issues, but which helps the collectability of it.
Yeah,
But I mean, I don't know. I think they did an amazing job.
yeah, and it's the Matt
They,
Silverman proof of concept exactly.
that's what
And
I'm thinking.
did they prove it? Like, what do we feel? What do we feel happened? Do you think that they were like, okay, this could really work, or do you feel like it was just like, yo, it's no reason to renew this contract?
So, hey, Bob, see, this is what I was talking about. So when I saw the Magic the Gathering thing, and it technically came after
Hmm.
Series 3, right?
Yeah,
Right? It came after. So I was like, hey, does that mean they don't have the contract anymore? but everyone was saying no, that's a TCG, and this is just trading cards. It's different.
Yeah.
And I wasn't sure if that was true, but I don't think that was true. I think the reason why the Magic the Gathering came out later is because they got the contract afterwards.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. I think
Mm.
that's yeah, Lane. We'd definitely be talking this 3 to 5 years for sure, for sure. And it is interesting. Like Bob said, it can seem not pretty for sure when it comes to the way the hobby views the cards being out of print. I'm interested to see how the masses, not us, not the core collectors. I'm interested to see how this grows or how this
Hmm.
stagnates over the 3 to 5 years because it can go multiple different ways. It can be stagnant, not based off of us, but based off of newcomers and things like that. I'm interested to see how it plays out.
Yeah, me too. I actually like the Peru Ice.
Yeah,
Now the other cards are kind of trash, but like I like my graded ones.
yeah, no,
And I
I like
plan,
the
you
Peru
know,
Ice.
I graded those a hell of a lot. I still haven't graded my Magic the Gathering ones.
Yeah,
I thought I'd complete that set,
yeah,
but like I'd rather have the Peru Ice graded.
for
Those
sure.
are so clean in my opinion. Um, but that's a whole different thing. That's more like PC though. Like I don't know.
Yeah,
Those aren't
is
like really like gaining value. I have no idea.
yeah, Bob. I think Bob, and I think that's why like certain cards like Renegade Raider was kicked out of that rotation. It seems as though the way Fortnite views some of their skins and where they want their skins to be. Because if you even think of the toys, right? If you think of
Hmm.
the figures, it's this small rotation of figures. It's this small rotation of what skins make it on a T-shirt, what skins make it on a hoodie. It's not a big rotation at all. I would honestly say it's about 20 to 25. And so they're very touchy on what skins and characters they use. And maybe it was just too little control they felt when it came to the cards. I don't know what it could have been, but it had to be something along that
I really like the idea that Matt Silverman said about like proof of concept.
line.
That could like they gave him a 3-year contract,
Yeah.
which honestly is kind of a short contract.
Yeah. And you know what though? You're right. It
What
probably
what
would have been renewed if they didn't lose. Like if the news didn't look a lot different for Panini. That
say
might
that
have
one
been
more
a
time?
part. So what I mean is like the 3 year contract, proof of concept. Maybe they would
Mhm.
have got another contract, and then the next thing you know, the news came that they lost the football contract and the basketball contract.
Wait,
That could
I've
have,
said this before. It's
yeah,
like Panini. I mean, Epic Games is premium, right?
hmm
So like they partnered their comics with the
yep,
top comic
hmm
people, Marvel and DC, right? Their
yeah,
toys. The biggest toy one is Hasbro, right?
yep,
So them going with Panini made sense because they were the biggest. They had all the contracts pretty much. They were the
yeah.
biggest card company there, but then they only did 3 year, and then they found out they maybe lost the contract, so they didn't say don't continue with this. That's possible. They want
Sticker,
to be with the
yeah.
premium.
But sticker brings up something else too. Could it have been that Panini didn't want to deal with what they couldn't do? Could it have been that? Could it have been the blocks and the no's that they were getting from Epic Games? Could have been at Panini like, is this not worth our time? Could it have been that angle? Do you think that's a possibility?
Say that one more time.
Like, do you think that it could have been Panini not feeling like they wanted to be a part of it anymore, or they didn't want the
Mm,
contract renewed? Because even though it was,
I don't
is
think so. I think
were the margins great for them?
they based off of how excited they were with how well they sold.
Was a surprise though. You get what I mean? It's two different things. Was it more so like thank God, like it sold this way? Because that's one thing I was thinking about as well too. Like, we are niche,
Mhm.
we are a strong hobby, 100%. But could it have not been worth? Well, now it should be worth Panini's
But
time.
like if I'm Panini,
hmm
right? And I lost all my contracts pretty much.
I'm keeping
I'm
Fortnite.
trying to take whatever's selling,
Yeah,
right? Like
yeah,
they sold out of Series 2.
yeah,
Not like they didn't sell out,
yeah.
right?
It's huh because you know where it
That
really is.
that's a good point. This is a good point. Is
It's
that maybe they printed more Series 3 because they knew the contract was up.
yeah, yeah. Dang, I wish we could talk to somebody, bro. Because I need to know. I need to know because I could see. Yeah, no, they really did. I could, Bob. I could see that. I could see a world where Panini may have been less interested in dealing with Epic Games restrictions.
I
I could
mean,
see that.
but like I feel like they'd be upset with their restrictions unless there's like they were like snippety towards them. But
Right,
like they weren't like caving into like really good ideas.
mhm,
Does that mean you just throw it out? I don't think so. Like
right,
if you think game codes would really blow up,
yeah,
are you gonna just gonna give it the whole contract because they said no?
right,
I don't think so. You know what I mean? I think Panini still wanted the license.
yeah.
Yeah, it sounds like it was a very short contract, and for what reason? And why wouldn't they want to renew? I don't know. They've
Because
got to be doing something else. They've
okay,
got to
because
have plans because they did the Magic the Gathering. It's not like they're just
yeah,
saying no more cards. Why would they do Magic the Gathering?
okay, okay. Hypothetically speaking, right? Let's say you had four clients, right? Let's say you
Hmm.
have four major clients. Your other three clients, you can overproduce. You can get that. You know people are going to be there. It's proof in the pudding because it's been for years. It's been 30, 40, 50 years, right? And then you have this this other one, and they're giving you all these problems, and they're not even bringing in the best margins, or they're
That's
not as
true.
is. So I think it could have been possibly that Panini got frustrated, even though I see it the other way. But I could see a world where it might have been frustration on Panini's end. Yeah, MC. Yeah, it was.
Yeah, I
It
think it was
definitely
a
was
test run contract. So
on
I
both
think
ends. Yeah,
we'll see. I think now if it was a test run contract, was it also a test run for cards?
right, right. And it's I don't know, man. I think if Epic Games really wanted to do it, they would have. It would have been a little bit more risk in the Panini set somewhere. I'm not sure. I mean, we are trying to figure it out. But it seems as though it was definitely a division of what could be of the Fortnite cards in general.
I do know that Panini was planning to keep up with all the skins going forward.
Hmm.
Because I remember there was a 3-year contract, and I couldn't find out where that was said. I remember that distinctly.
Yeah,
Sucks that it actually came to fruition.
mm. That sucks, man. You made a good point earlier. Like now, when we see these new skins and all the skins that come in the battle pass, it's just weird.
Exactly
It's
right.
just
It's
weird.
like we want to come up with a new skin. Like I want to see Monarch come out.
Yeah,
Come on, I want to see some of these come out.
yeah.
I want to
That's
see the
tough.
imagined. I don't know. Hmm. We're gonna have to get some kind of. We're gonna have to get. This is a creepy lady's face. What the heck? Love and death. We're gonna have to get some kind of information. Who do you think would be the most important to talk to, Panini or Epic Games? Epic Games, right?
Epic Games. Yeah.
We're gonna have to figure out a way to talk to them.
Like I feel like setting up a blind date between Upper Deck and Epic Games. Like just sit here.
Well,
Like
before that, I just want to talk to somebody in merchandising. Like,
yeah,
hey,
like what happened?
like, is this a no go,
Yeah,
or is just we can't tell you? That's all
yeah,
I need.
yeah. I agree. Dang man, interesting. We'll
I
see how
mean,
that play out.
wasn't the Pokemon one like that? Wasn't like Pokemon was like 4 or 5 years within, and then they took over. Someone correct me on that.
Yeah, Sticker. I hope so. I don't know how
I
I feel
hope
at
so
this point.
too.
I was definitely optimistic more than pessimistic originally.
Hmm.
Now, just because we don't know how that played out, we don't know if it was Epic Games. Maybe Epic Games has no interest in continuing licensing something like
But why
this.
do the Magic the Gathering?
That's true. That's a good point. That's a
Like,
good
if
point.
they were so fed up with cards, why did they do a contract with Magic the Gathering right after the Epic one?
That's true. Huh?
It could be a quality thing, like Sticker is saying. Like maybe they didn't like the quality of it.
Yeah. Mm.
But so is Panini 3 years ago.
Yeah, man, Silverman. I think eventually it will for sure. Hopefully, I mean they gonna. It's. I would love to be in that room. Like if okay, let's hypothetically say, let's say 2 years go by, right, and then somebody gets the IP. What the heck skins are you gonna put? You know how much you're gonna have to make a lot of decisions in there. Like I think Panini had a good time frame where you could kind of, like you said, keep up.
Mm-hmm.
2 to 3 years off. That's gonna be very interesting. I mean, they'll have a lot of creativity to play with, but it's gonna be a hard set to put together.
Yeah, Bob, but all the other ones you're talking about are like TCGs. Like Panini is the best non-TCG company,
Non-sports, yeah.
not just non-sports, but like non-trading card game company, right? Is there a better company that does trading cards that aren't games? I think it was only
I mean, Upper Deck,
Panini at the time. At the
Upper Deck
time,
is yeah,
at the
Upper
time of like 2019, it was Panini on top of the world.
yeah. I mean, but that's the unique thing about Upper Deck though. Upper Deck had their have their niche. You know,
Yeah,
like with that, that's the one thing that I do like about Upper Deck. And that's the reason why I keep bringing them up because I do think that they kind of fit both modes.
because
Um,
Epidec does
Marvel,
Marvel,
yeah,
so it would be a great fit.
it would be an amazing fit, and they have the E packs, bro. Like it
Hmm.
is the perfect fit. It and that's barring on if we're talking about Epic Games not doing it themselves.
I just didn't. I guess I just don't know other non TCG ones that would compete besides
Yeah,
Epidec.
like if you think about it, okay, with with Upper Deck, the conversations that we're having about Fox Clan, they
Hmm.
build sets based off of sectors like that and factions that way. They do that. They do that like it's nothing. So I think if the right, I would love to see Upper Deck do it. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, I'm not really trying to argue it. I was just saying Panini was one of the top trading card companies of
Yeah,
2019. It was an easy fit. That's all I was trying to say.
yeah.
I mean, I agree. The lasers are. I mean, maybe that is the quality control.
I mean, it was
I
the
mean, Epic
lasers,
Games is picky.
bro.
Maybe they didn't
The
like the quality control.
the lasers were so bad. It is
Yeah,
so bad. It's so bad. I mean, you
but
get
we
the
can't say
bullet.
it's the lasers. We can't say it's the
No,
lasers.
yeah, that's true. That's
That's
true.
way too late.
Yeah, yeah,
Like they decided they should already have the contract signed before
yeah.
Series 3. It
I
couldn't
don't
be the
know, man.
lasers.
I don't know. They definitely couldn't be the lasers.
Like
It,
when
it
did
was a
they
breaking
decide
point
they weren't going
before
to
that,
renew the contract?
right?
It could have been after 2019 because it was a slow burn in the beginning.
Hmm.
But if Panini was like, you can't advertise it, what the hell are they supposed to do?
Yeah,
I don't know, guys. I don't know. There's so much.
there's so much.
Yeah, Panini was a safe bet. How to be just a test run on cards? Like, what would that's what it had to be. You can't advertise it, but we want to see what cards do on like not a big scale.
Yep.
Like, how do people collect it? What do people like about it?
Hmm.
I bet you they're using it as market research and they're just watching. And
Because
maybe
they
that's
know
just
they
me.
can. They
Maybe that's
know.
wishful thinking, though.
No, I think that's a good train of thought because it makes sense. It would make sense if that was the case, and then they may take 2 3 years, build the right team or something along that lines, or license it to the right person and have their hands in it more. And
Ooh,
I think that'd
wait a
be
minute.
interesting.
Wait a minute. MC, I think we're talking about two different things here, but what if the distance of the camera was a direction by Epic Games because they were literally testing it? What if
Mm,
every series they drew the camera back further so they could test a different variant?
That's interesting.
And then
That's
they
interesting.
did Reloaded completely different in another market to test it as well.
Yeah,
The whole thing is one giant test.
yeah. I mean, I can see it that way for sure. I can see that. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. It's interesting.
Sticker's so
Yeah,
upset about these lasers.
bro, they're so
I don't
bad,
think they were the
bro.
breaking point because they would have already renewed the contract before Series 3 came out.
Yeah,
Like that's too late to like start talking about contract because they would already be working as soon as it comes out. They have to start working on Series 4.
Right. Right.
I mean, I get it that it was horrible. Late the print was horrible, but I just don't know if that affected the contract. I don't know. Think about. We gotta get a contact at Epic Games. I don't know who to talk to.
Yeah.
We just gotta get some information. Like,
man, if we get an interview with one of them, that'd be groundbreaking. That'd be groundbreaking. Just somebody, anybody that really knows something. The other dude is like, we talk about MC being Batman. The guy that was running it, he's even more like Batman. The dude, the Panini employees were saying it's impossible to get in contact with him.
the Fortnite guy.
Yeah.
First of all, his last name's like impossible to freaking
say.
I
mean, you'll probably butcher it 3 times before you get it right trying to type it in. So I mean, that's interesting within itself.
This is what I think they were doing. I think they're doing A/B testing with each series. I'm with UMC. Let's go. Ice for life. You know what I'm saying?
Ice is definitely for life in Series 1 and Series 2.
And Series 3. It's just the lasers don't do anything for me.
No. It's Crystal oh my bad, Crystal Shard. It's only one Crystal Shard. So.
You and Shardnock hate it when people bunch that together. I hate that. Yo, I hate it.
It's a major difference, bro.
I mean, it's the same style.
No, it's a major difference.
One is better than the rest, but it's the same style.
Crystal Shard, Cracked Ice. Cracked Ice is like Cracked Ice is like when you take the hammer and you knock it and it just do a little shatter. Crystal Shard is when you hit that joint fall. That's the difference. It's a difference.
You're way too invested. Way too invested.
Yo, love Crystal Shard, bro.
You about to get a Crystal Shard tattoo, I swear.
If I can figure
we
it
have
out.
Crystal. So in the background here of our live here, is this Crystal Shard or is this Cracked Ice?
This is Crystal Shard.
This is Crystal Shard.
You see that depth right there? Mm-hmm. That's a Crystal Shard.
Yeah, I mean, I just want more cards.
For sure.
To be honest. Well, I'm gonna start doing some research and see if I can get in contact with somebody. It's gonna be hard. It's gonna be difficult, but I'm gonna stick with it and try it. That's gonna be my job, so that by the national I have some kind of information.
Something. Oh, don't let some of them be there. Hunt them down.
Right?
You know what I mean?
There's no way they would be there though.
Nah, I mean, like somebody from Panini. Somebody got to know somebody, bro. Something.
Somebody has to know somebody that knows something.
That knows something. Like,
okay. What if we go on to Mustard Plays and say and like do one of those paid like comments like, yo, can you please ask about the Fortnite cards?
Yeah. We'll see.
Yeah, I don't know. All right, y'all. It is 12:15. I appreciate everyone stopping by tonight. Just to recap, please like and subscribe.
Yes.
Someone go to the forum and create a new thread for the trade night at the National. So we can all talk there and figure out how we're gonna do this trade. If we're gonna do it, we need some people commenting and figuring this out. I would love to do something, but let's figure it out in the forum. So please like, subscribe. We'll catch you guys next week.
All right, y'all have a good one.